live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio. It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan. Whoopee!
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 558.
Hey, everybody. It is another Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. What hoodie today?
The old school, the OG.
The OG
I'll
hoodie.
switch it up next week.
Travis Butler is on the toast. Hello there, Travis.
You all right?
You all right? You all right? It's also Air-Friday. Happy Air-Friday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Tom doesn't know what that is, doesn't care what that is.
I know it's about your air fryer. I just don't know why it's Air Friday.
Every Friday is Air-Friday as far as I'm concerned, sir.
How does it fry it in air?
Well, I'll have to tell you about that. And I was wrong about it. I used to rail against air fryers.
Mm-hmm.
Hated air fryers.
Yeah. Now
Because
Tables have turned.
Well, because it's a convection oven, and that's the thing that I hated. I hated the fact that everybody was like, oh, have you air fry, air fry, air fry. No, it's convection.
Yeah.
You know, it's like people sous vide. No. It's a precision circulator. You know, it's a cooker. You know, it's not. But today is Air-Friday,
Yes.
and we're going to do it right now. Yeah.
Friday, gotta get down.
Air.
Friday, everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Air.
Friday,
What is it?
getting down.
Air.
Friday, partying.
Air.
Partying.
Air.
Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Air. Welcome to Air-Friday.
People
Where
are mad
the hell is that?
they got Rebecca Black instead of Time for Beth.
They'll get it later. All right, today's Air-Friday. I'm just going to start with this before we even plug anything. Today's Air-Friday is the recipe I would like for you all to try over the weekend is a Greek turkey burger.
Okay.
That means this turkey burger does not shave its armpits. 8 ounces of ground beef, ground turkey breast, a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, some oregano, red pepper, salt, garlic, baby spinach, sliced red onion, red wine vinegar, feta, and hamburger buns. Put it in your air fryer. Hot air, take it out, put it in a bun, eat it. There you go.
The buns too?
That's air
You
fry.
can. You can fry the buns.
Yeah, you can do everything.
Yeah,
I'm not going to give you much. I'm only going to give you ingredients and an idea.
No.
I did play a video game with my husband last night called I Am Bread, where you play as a piece of bread and you try and toast yourself.
what is that?
Oh.
On the what platform?
It's PlayStation.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's why. Come on. That's for, what is that, for babies?
PlayStation
now.
1?
So you're a breadman?
You can either be a slice of bread, you could be a baguette, you could be, what was the other one that, oh God, I can't remember.
Ciabatta?
Could have been a ciabatta. It's
yeah.
You can go on little adventures. You can't get on the floor because then your edibility rating goes down.
Oh, so you want to
You
stay
have to
clean.
make your way across the kitchen into either the toaster, the oven. Travis tried to get into the dryer, but he
Do
couldn't
you
turn it
win
on.
if you get in the toaster? Do you win?
Stupid.
I think so. You get toasted. Your whole job is to get toasted.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I see what it is. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. All right, get toasted.
There's a
Get toasted.
There's a great Goose game on Nintendo. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's also
about
a
a
Goat
goose?
Simulator.
Goose,
Yeah.
Goose Simulator.
That's stupid. What the hell's a
You're
goose?
you're gonna be. Well, you're
I know.
probably not because
no,
your wife.
they're in. They go over to my niece's house. They're playing Wii and the other one a Switch. And
You've been trying to fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, they will. It's gonna happen soon. But anyway,
Get toasted.
so we're sending the invite out to our BDM Only event, our first one of this year, and that's going out Monday. So if you are a BDM, you may want to check your status on tomanddan.com just to make sure that it hasn't lapsed, because a lot of people are BDMs and their status lapsed, or they changed credit cards. They just never knew. They missed the email, and you won't get the invite if your status isn't updated.
Correct.
As current and paid.
Also, you can't, and this is WordPress rules, not our rules. If you don't have access to your BDM email address, the only way that you can, get that email is to make sure that we have an accurate email on file. So the easiest thing to do, absolute easiest thing to do, is to not change your account. You cannot change your email per WordPress, but you can email me your new email address, and then I'll add you to the list. Yeah. But then I'll just kind of cross-reference, make sure you're a BDM in good standing, and then I'll give the email to Tony, and it'll happen. But a lot of people are like, oh, I don't use that email address anymore. There's only one way to really remedy that, and that's for you to email me, and then I can take care of it internally. But it's kind of a process, so there you go.
And if you're not a BDM, if you sign up this weekend before Monday, we'll probably send an invite out Monday evening. Then you could sign up and you'll get the invite and be invited to the BDM Only party, which is going to be great this year. We've been putting together.
Oh, man.
So we got a cool venue and some cool ideas.
It's like the only time we've ever done one of these where I actually feel a little bit on top of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Speak for yourself.
most of the time we felt a little bit, well, no, you're doing a good job. I mean, I think even the anxiety that you have about it is unwarranted. You're doing it.
Maybe.
Well, now
You're damn fine doing a damn fine job.
We put you in charge.
I
so
know.
Now the pressure's on you. It's
Why did I accept this promotion?
I'm like, yes. I'm like, I feel no pressure. Samantha's all
Son of
pressure.
a bitch.
And that's what I realized. You do as the boss.
You pass the buck.
Yeah.
Shit runs downhill, man.
I was trying to put it all on myself, and I was like, man, what an idiot. You put it
Now
on
I'm
everybody
going
else.
insane.
Yeah. Then I'm like, put it off on everybody else.
Before we get cranking too, I'd love to give a big shout out to David A. Arnold for being on the program this morning.
Yes.
You may know the name, you may not know the name, but chances are you've watched some sort of media, television show, stand-up, or something he has touched.
Dude,
on
he
social
wrote,
media.
He wrote and produced for Fuller House.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
we didn't even get
We
to
didn't
talk
even
to him
talk
about
about
We
that.
didn't talk
Yeah.
about Fuller House. We didn't talk about any of the other shows. I mean,
He's got a new Nickelodeon show.
he's got a new Nick show. He's worked with Tyler Perry. He's written for himself short films, cartoons. The guy is literally a 25-year, comedian legend.
Yeah.
And he comes in here and was like,
Great interview.
couldn't have been a sweeter guy. That just posted. It actually should have just propagated. So hit refresh on the page or maybe Apple Podcast or your Tom and Dan app. Get that. Check it out. It's a full hour with him. He's at the Improv this weekend. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. Snag the tickets. He couldn't have been a nicer guy.
If you want a free pair of tickets, email me, sam@tomanddan.com. The first
Damn.
person to email me, I will give you free tickets either for
Boy,
tonight or tomorrow night.
You are stressing yourself out.
I know.
Yeah, email me. I'll give you shit.
I'll get like 30 emails too, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lose.
Yeah, if you want to go see him for Valentine's Day, boom, we got you.
So Seth Petrozelli just walked in. How you doing, Seth?
Good, look who's here.
Railroad
It's a
show.
pepperoni.
Me.
What
What are you doing for your girlfriend for Valentine's Day, right? First Valentine's?
Lots of stuff.
Oh, I bet. Oh.
That means he doesn't know.
Lots of
There's
stuff.
going to be some first time stuff tonight.
What does that mean?
He's
A
getting
little
pegged.
little.
I'm just trying to be
Oh,
perverted.
yeah.
I'm trying to be perverted right out of the gate. I'm trying to play the part. No,
First time stuff.
I have
Pegging.
a reservation out of nice steakhouse. I waited a little long. I called about 4 different places. My first choice is
You called this morning?
No, I called a few days ago actually, and everything was booked until like 10:30,
Yeah.
11 at night. So
You got an Outback Steakhouse.
You fancy us about the back?
I have a Chick-fil-A gift card from Christmas that I would never use because I don't eat that place.
Hey, guess where I'm going? You guys can make fun of it all you want to, but my wife is as happy as she gets.
Carrabba's.
Fucking Waffle House, brother. Waffle House.
I expected that from Tom.
No, Andrea,
How dare
she
you.
told me a story
Just a white
earlier
trash
in the
thing.
week. Some white supremacist. No, some.
Well, yeah, they do eat there probably a lot more.
I can't
The
neither.
exact end of the spectrum,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
No middle.
Just don't talk to him. But some Waffle Houses across the country were doing reservations and like candlelit dinners.
What?
Orlando's not participating, unfortunately, but we're still going to go ahead with it. She found the Waffle House she wants to go to, so we're going to hit up the old Waffle House. I didn't get my wish. I said after Marc Maron, we will be doing it before Marc Maron. So you can, during probably about the second quarter of Marc Maron, I will be
explosive diarrhea.
diarrheaing the Hard Rock Live.
What do you get? Do you get actually like the steak and eggs there, or do you get like a waffle?
I just get a waffle. I'm not going to go big. I'll just get like a waffle and a cup of coffee. Yeah.
If the place
Easy.
is named after a food, you have to get that food.
What about Applebee's?
Give me one apple, please.
Even that one.
Applebee's, one apple, please. It rhymes.
So I know we've got Felicia Phenom Spencer coming in next segment because we're going to talk about her fight.
Yeah, I just got done holding pads for it. That's why I'm always late the last few Fridays.
Hold pads. Hold pads. Hold pads.
I like how
did I do that?
Seth,
No, I'm doing that.
I was like,
I'm doing that for you. I'm trying to make you laugh.
Okay.
Holding pads. See what I'm doing? I'm holding the
A pad. That's not hard. I hope like this.
So before that, I want to tell you guys a story that happened to me this week.
Well, everyone in your family's sick right now, right?
Yes, yeah. Max had walking pneumonia. Now Tommy's had a 104 fever last night. And his strep throat is back. As fucking antibiotics.
Keep those kids away from
That's
each
the
other.
point where the 104 mark is where you start hallucinating.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. We got scared again.
I freaked the fuck out when I had 104.
And so anyway,
I like to sweat the outline on the sheets.
Yeah. His antibiotics, I guess the first one. Anyway, so both kids are sick. It's going to be a sick in bed birthday weekend while I slowly
when is your birthday?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
Oh, was I supposed to do something
No.
today?
Can we ask how old you are? Because I don't remember. I know you're
38 years old.
Butler, go get him a card.
I don't want a card. I don't.
We should have gave him the whole chicken sandwich.
No.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
I just want to slowly wipe my new boat for my whole birthday. Higher than Chong.
I actually approve that. I mean, being high and waxing or wiping or cleaning anything is fantastic.
That's all I want. I'm
it's the
old
best
man
thing.
now.
You ever cleaned your kitchen high? I know you got your card now.
Yeah, but I haven't smoked since I talked to you guys last. I'm not trying to be like a everyday user. I'm trying.
No, you'll
You're
get
not doing it right.
You'll realize why
I want
I'm
you
not
to
high.
My anxiety's been up this past week too, and I don't know if it's from that or not. So I'm kind of like,
What do
maybe
you
I'm
take?
thinking in my head.
Sativa or indica?
Indica, of course.
You take the indica, and I want you to get so addicted to it, you become a big fat slob. Like big fat slob.
That's
so
why
like old
I'm
pepperoni.
disciplined. I'm more disciplined than anyone of you. So
Like old pepperoni with the frosted tips.
Oh yeah. I wish I could go back to that.
Let's do it.
What if I just do the guy for just the side like that though? I can't do the front.
Just Guy Fieri?
Yeah,
Frost or Bozo?
Yeah, Frosted
Bozo.
Frosted Bozo.
How much for a frosted bozo? How much? Seriously. Put a number on it.
2,500. I'll do it.
Fuck, I can get that sponsored.
That was just out of my price range.
No, we could get that
That's
sponsored. We talk to
for
everybody.
Frosty
We'll
Bozo?
have
But
to talk
how
to
long do I
Bart,
gotta wear
Brian.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be.
big.
Oh no, that's like years ago.
We take a mattress.
Yeah, how
got some
many
free mattresses.
Actually,
How many mattresses would it take to get a frosted bozo? We might have a line on some mattresses.
So, okay, so
We're gonna start paying all of our clients in mattresses.
this I think it was Wednesday or whatever. We're sitting there. The kids are asleep. It's probably like almost. It's like 8:30 or whatever. And my wife's like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "What happened?" And she's like, tomorrow is Public Servant Day at Tommy's school, and you have to dress like your favorite public servant, firefighter, police officer.
God, what kind of conservative bullshit?
Construction worker,
How did you-
that's a stretch for me.
Construction worker. Most of the construction workers I know are some. I mean, it's a 60-40 of good to bad. Or bad to good.
Are you serving?
Are you expected to buy uniforms, like costumes?
Well, yeah, but construction
make
worker.
them out of construction
I'm
paper.
like, are you
Oh God.
Are you serving the public or are you serving your drug habit? What are you doing? Yeah, I know. So anyway, so this.
I mean, you're not building anything to make people safer. You're actually building things on OxyContin that are unsafe.
So she finds this out and she's like, God. And now this happened like 2 weeks earlier where
You guys are the only people I know that have to pick up Tommy in the calendar. Like, how do you not fucking know?
Well, here's the problem.
It says it. You have to set a fucking reminder for it.
Here's the problem: is the first I'm oblivious to a lot of things you guys know. Samantha knows more than anybody.
She's really been digging deep in the oblivion.
I have a hard time like staying on schedule, like remembering things. Anyway, and my wife, and she's hard on herself, and she does a really great job. Like, I give her a lot of shit, but I mean, she has a full-time job and is basically besides, like, she only works her full-time job when the kids are at school. When the kids are out of school, she is a full-time mom, and she drops the ball sometimes, but I tell her, I'm like, you're doing a full-time job and you're trying to be a full-time mom. Like, you're gonna make some mistakes, no big deal. You do a great job, and she does, but sometimes she misses these emails. By the way, I'm kind of like, this new thing, and especially like Tommy's in kindergarten, right? He's not in like even middle school or fifth grade.
Yeah.
Like, so they do
his first year of like actual school,
but
right?
I don't remember, and tell me if you guys remember any of the amount of involvement of like these days, these themed events and stuff. And when we in the 80s,
I remember doing Cowboys and Indians time.
Yeah, I didn't do any.
You can't do that anymore, by the way. Cowboys.
I guess it depends on the school.
It does, but also I think it depends on how accessible all the parents are now through emails and social media and stuff. Like, the teachers now can directly contact parents.
You can't do Cowboys and Indians anymore.
Well,
in the 80s, there's a
but I feel like that's not only.
The day we did that, the Challenger blew up.
Oh man!
Oh, I forgot how old you are.
Oh my god!
I
So you guys are standing
I just
outside
dated
dressed
myself.
as Cowboys and Indians.
My mom
I remember looking
at
at
school.
Oh my god!
It's
There's
crazy.
a bunch of crying Indians.
It's crazy there's so many of these days, because not only is it a lot of a pressure for these, especially when they're that little, because it's mostly on the parents to do it, right?
Yeah.
But also,
Well,
like,
mostly
that's
meaning
a lot
all.
of fucking money every year.
Yeah, and
You make some stuff, little hat here and there.
What if you can't afford it?
So
And
make
you're
some
the
more
one
money.
kid that can't participate.
Yeah, then you don't participate. I
And
guess.
But then
you get
it's on-
bullied.
it's
And
on
then
the
it's
kid.
anti-bully
Tough
thing.
shit.
It's
Why should
bullshit.
he? So what? Why should the
Yeah,
rich
but-
kids have to sacrifice for the poor kids?
why do we do all these
Same.
themed
Oh my
days?
God.
It's like too many themed
I
days.
can't complain because Andrea's got them on the calendar, and all the outfits are already organized and set out for like the next 6 years.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
got-
all good to go.
You're married to the most
I
organized
know.
woman in the entire
That's
world.
what I'm saying. I got to take myself out of this conversation because I'm like, these days are easy. Andrea's already bought everything for astronaut
all
day.
us unorganized normos who can't remember what 100 days to dress your kid like a 100-year-old is too much. Anyway, so about 2 weeks ago, this same thing happened, and in the middle of the night, my wife's like, "Fuck!" She's like, "It's wear your favorite sports team shirt."
Yeah, we did that. We did that yesterday.
Yeah. So
Orlando City.
So this is 10 o'clock at night when we found out this one 2 weeks ago. So I was like,
go to the Bayer Predators jersey. Oh yeah.
no, we didn't. We don't have any we have some Orlando City shirts,
Miami
but
Dolphin?
from years ago, but no, we don't have any sports team shirts. So I went to Walmart in the middle of the night, and
Oh my god.
So had their camera ready.
And then everybody at Walmart's like, our king is here. As you pulled up, they're like, he's here. It's the savior. The savior. Welcome, savior.
because I didn't want Tommy to not participate and be the only kid.
See,
that,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So-
you get bullied.
So I went there in the middle of the night.
He's already getting bullied, I'm sure.
I go to Walmart and there's no section of kid-sized sports team shirts. So I walk around. There's
Gotta go to Target.
Yep, I was going to say you got to go to
Dude, Target has a whole
It's a-
section of kids fucking jerseys.
Well, it's past 10 o'clock. It's like 10:30 at night. So I'm at Target's
Yeah.
closed.
Oh, you're fucked.
So
Because
I'm
they
out-
got UCF Gators.
Oh, there's
Magic.
put 'em in a-
24-hour Targets, isn't it?
Just put him in an adult small.
I don't think I've ever seen a
maybe a
24-hour
minute.
Target.
Really?
I was only
You're right.
willing to go one block over to the Walmart near my house.
Yeah.
So
The only 24-hour Target
Of course-
I know of
of
is
course-
pussy.
The
Walgreens.
Walmart's one block away from your house.
Walgreens has kids' jerseys sometimes.
Walgreens?
Yeah.
I showed up to Walmart. I walked around. I couldn't find any, and then I go to the kids section, and the only thing I found was there was a rack of generic sports shirts, and there was one just had a soccer ball and a goal, and then it's like soccer. And then I looked at it, and I was like, well, I don't want him to wear nothing, so I bought it.
Well,
and
you don't
then
want him to be nude.
and the matching shorts. Well, no, but I'm like, I don't want him just to go to school in a regular. Like, I want him to be
You
involved.
could have drawn Orlando Magic on a white T-shirt.
No, that's real. You want him to, like, I don't want to put a target on his back and be like, hey, beat this nerd up. His dad drew a shitty drew Orlando City shirt by hand.
Well, no, if he did it, then all of his friends would be
no,
like,
they
look,
beat him up. Look, I know. The kid that draws, your parents are poor, beat him up. And I know how it goes. Seth knows bullies.
Kids are smart, though.
I got me. No, I had a Nike shirt that didn't say Nike, but it said so on the tag, and I was pissed off because it didn't say Nike. I was in elementary school, so I wrote Nike across it.
That just makes you a dumb
I was like, no, I got made fun of very bad.
Yeah, see? They make it. So anyway.
Me write Nike on front.
I got
that way they no looking back, they looking front.
I got him the generic.
Oh, no, beat up.
I got him the generic soccer shirt and matching shorts, and then we put him on it the next
not
day.
The matching shorts.
And he looked like such a dork, and we took it off, and we were like, fuck it, you're going in nothing. Because
my guy sent to him nude.
No, because I looked at it and I'm like, this is worse than not participating.
You dressed him like a British kid at the beach. He's got like a little red and ones, little red and one.
At the end of the day, you could just be like, oh, we forgot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but he
did.
But he's got to take the brunt of it.
Because all the other
I'm
kids.
saying instead of sitting them in some corny ass shit like matching soccer goal.
So anyway, so this is the history, and then my wife and I too. I feel bad for missing these things and forgetting, and then the night before. So we're like, we can't miss it again. We can't do the generic soccer. We got to do something. So my wife's like, we got to get
we got to put him up for adoption.
So we asked. So we literally
other people will do it.
We go and Tommy's like about to he's laying down in his bed, and we go and they're like, hey Tommy, what would you like to be tomorrow? Tomorrow's public service day. Do you want to be a firefighter, a police officer,
it's 11:30.
Yeah, and then he's like a police officer.
President Trump. Oh.
And then I'm like, all right, please. So we run into the living room, and then my wife starts looking online, like, who's got a police officer costume, right? So she finds Party City, right?
I got handcuffs for you.
Stop it.
So she's like,
cum-soaked handcuffs.
Party City has the police. So she calls up Party City, and she talks to someone, and I hear her say,
hello,
like,
Party City.
She's like, do you have a police officer? And she's like,
let me check real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So she puts her on hold.
Yes, we do. What size do you need, sir?
Yeah. And then we said, you know the whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then we're like, it's a kid, it's a kid size. He's 5 years old. We got one here that's between 5 and 6 years old.
Perfect.
And then she's like, can you hold it for me? My husband's going to run and get it. And she's like, yeah. And we close soon. So she's like, all right.
You're those assholes. They're going to make them stay.
Yes.
Keep the fucking store open just for you.
It's going to be a morph suit, a police officer morph suit. Skin tight to him.
No, so
spandex.
I want it like the sexy police officer.
I want it like the old Western sheriff.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So
it's just a Woody costume from Toy Story.
I jump in my WRX and I take off.
Oh, there's real cars behind me.
In the wrong direction.
and I take off towards Party City. It closed at 9, so I want to get there. It's like 8:30.
What time? It's 8:30.
Yeah. It's that. I know I have time, so I get there.
And you being the mayor of Party City, I feel like, right? I mean, I feel like they're like, the mayor's here. Here he is.
So
start the party.
So I walk in, and there is a young girl behind the counter, like probably in her early 20s. Like,
would you like a minion balloon?
Seth's dating age girl, and
Chef Pepperoni was just in here. He had a boner.
Why were you in Party City with a boner? So
God, he blew up our bathroom, and he shit his high tops. It was disgusting.
Because there's always sexy girls in the costumes that you buy. There's always a hot girl posing in them.
So there's some MMA guy back there jacking off near the costumes.
So
we call him Harvey Punchstein.
So I go there, and then I'm like, my wife called in. She go about the police officer. She's like, oh yeah, it's right here. So she goes, and they're holding it for her, and it's in the bag already. She goes over, puts the bag down, the costume's in the black Party City bag, and I'm like, thank you. I pay for it. I get it. I leave. I get in my car.
Thank you.
I start driving. back, and I'm like, God, I'm fucking dad of the year. Look at, I'm like, I got this costume.
Goddamn Mayor of Park City.
My son's
I
not.
like Dad of the Year is procrastinated. Did not remember.
Damn thing is that hard.
Last minute grab that shit.
But I did it.
Finally
Dad
gonna
of the
take this
Year.
crown from Andrea, that bitch. I'm the real. Look at me. Look at me.
Best pirate
I'm the Mayor of
Even
Park
if you
City.
win the Super Bowl by 1 point, still the champion.
That's true. That's true.
So I drive back. I literally get to the light before my house, and I'm sitting at the red light, and I look over the Party City bag, and I notice that like I didn't open it to verify if the fucking costume there. I just assumed because I heard her say like a 5-year-old police officer. Yeah, we got that. We'll hold it for you. So I reach over and I slide the uniform out.
It's a skirt. It's a skirt.
No, and
what sexy Hillary Clinton?
No, and
You sent Dan a photo?
No, and I sent Daniel a photo of what was in the bag. So immediately when I saw it, I freaked out, right? Because I slid out the costume, and the costume was a police officer outfit and a tiny, like a young girl wearing it, right? So I looked at it, and then I was like, fuck! It's a girl police officer outfit. And then I turned around and started hauling ass back towards Party City, right? So, and I'm like, God, I'm an idiot. And in my mind,
that is a really cute kid.
Yeah.
because I screw up. And you got okay. Back to Samantha knowing I screw up a lot of things because my attention to detail is horrible, and I don't like. I just assume like it's fine, whatever. I'm like, oh, you got this, whatever. We just go do it. And so
You're too much fast at it.
What's the big
what's the
between
difference?
like a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old?
Yeah.
Well,
PP is probably PP's non-existent anyways.
in my mind,
That's true.
Yeah.
well, this is where me and my bumbling hit an apex. So I assumed, I was like, this is shit. I got the girls one. And I turned a U-turn and started hauling ass back towards Party City. And
This is how sexist Tom is. This is what we're finding out.
well, so
What, he got the goddamn meter maid costume? What the fuck? What is this? Oh, this is a stripper costume.
so
Sexy police
Probably
officer.
just can't do the job as well.
I
Peach fuzz. My son ain't no goddamn peach fuzz.
at this time I pull back into Party City, and it's like
By the way, that is what my dad called lady cops. I'm sorry.
it's like 9:01, right? So it's past their closing time. I run up to the door, and they've already turned off the automatic door to like, but they are in there, and the girls there like restocking in there.
You
I'm
want to
like,
go smack some weed out back?
I'm like, hey, and then she's like,
Oh my God, the police officer guy's back.
I'm still hiding in the back.
Did you guys tell the MMA guy to stop jacking off yet?
So the girl comes to the door, opens up the thing. She's like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize."
What, do you love me, dude?
Now this is the scene, right? It's me standing at the door of the Party City. The young teen girl or early 20s, I don't know.
She's not gonna invite you in like a vampire. I think we covered this last week.
She's standing in front of me, and then the other two employees of the store are standing
they're waiting
behind,
to tackle you.
Yeah, looking and like, what is this guy doing right here? So I have the bag. I pull out the costume. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Can I exchange this for the boy costume? I didn't check, and I forgot to tell you it's for my son for his career day tomorrow, whatever it is. And then she's like, it's a kid's costume. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a girl police officer? And then I saw in her eyes, she's like, you dumb old
Fucking
boomer.
idiot. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You expect
you're so sexist. You think there's a difference between the girl costume and the boy costume?
That one hurts, man.
And then I was like, oh.
That one hurts a little bit.
I was like, oh, yeah. And because then I realized, of course there is it. And then I was like, this is a kid's costume. Then, okay, this is where my bumbling kicks in. So then I was like, oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I got confused because I'm thinking of the adult ones, the girl one that has
Don't say that
I'm
to
like,
her.
the girls have the big,
cleavage.
the cups up the thing, the whole, and then I realized I'm standing there.
Could you try that on for me?
I'm motioning at, like I'm holding
Breasts,
like my boobs in front of this teen girl at Party City 9:02 that night, and then I'm like, I get back to my car.
man.
I drive away. I'm like, fuck. Like, What else happened?
So we were right. There was no difference.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
Like, it's a police officer costume.
I'm a misogynistic asshole. I knew that.
No, but this is
you're
very
pretty stupid.
interesting because like you're bumbling. You say you don't like. Okay, follow me with this. I'm being
assumed
serious.
I made a mistake.
No, but you don't like uncomfortability. But I think that you're. It's almost like you don't like whatever you don't like. You're attracted to it's almost like the situation pull you in.
I caused it.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's like a thing.
Yeah, there's a
where
word for that. I'm a psychologist. I should know. Hang on, it'll pop in my head. But there's something called
there is
that.
something. It's almost like whatever you.
That's a psychologist saying.
It's
By
like,
the way.
That's what my shriek said.
Wait a second.
My shriek said he was like,
You have a very interesting disorder that if I remember the name of it, I will gladly kill you.
Did you maybe hit the Theragels?
Oh,
I mean, you know,
what is he not?
Not. But also, I just assumed that it was my fault, my mistake, and I got to fix it. And I did this earlier. This goes into another story that happened this week. So when you guys, I don't know where you were, but I think you were over at Publix or something. But me and Travis Butler were standing. I think we were with Remy. Who were we with?
Remy and Joey?
No. I think we were with another a sponsor of ours or some meeting. I forgot who was here, but it was me, Travis, and a guest. And then all of a sudden, this girl walks in, another young girl.
No.
Okay, it was Remy and Joey. So what mic are you on, Travis?
I'm so sorry, Trav. You good, buddy?
Yeah.
You should be good now.
So we're standing there, and this girl walks in, and she's like, "Hey," and then we're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she walked in confidently, and like she was supposed to be here, and she looked. Usually, if it's a mistake, like Daniel said before, like their therapist across the street,
it happens all the time to me, like because there's so many therapy.
This whole row is all businesses, so sometimes people walk in because they all look the same.
We get a lot of old people that are like going to deal with, I guess, the death of a loved one. We get a lot of marriages that are falling apart. We get a lot of teen girls that are mad at their moms. We get a lot of that, and they walk in, and before they realize they're not in the therapy office, they look around because like our office actually is really nice. So they walk in, and sometimes they actually sit down.
Yeah, you guys should actually try to have a conversation with them.
Usually they can
It's very
tell
uncomfortable.
by the decor that this is not the place they were supposed to go.
We need a little sign out there.
I know, yeah. So anyway, she walks in confidently, and she's like, "Hey, I'm here," and then I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" And because
Tom just always goes along with it like someone's supposed to be here.
Because I've made so many mistakes.
He's a beaten dog.
That I assume, all right, this person that's coming in, I've somehow invited this person. I have no idea who they are, but this is definitely my fault. Because
he invited this girl to take a seat.
Yes. So I'm like, "Can you help yourself with some water?" And I'm like,
Would you like a beer or a shot of whiskey?
And I'm like, Daniel,
this therapist.
Daniel, Samantha are over at Publix. They'll be back soon. And she was like, "Oh, okay." Or like she's just going along with it. So in my mind, because this is how my brain works. So I've made a mistake. I booked this person who I have no idea who it is.
And
but
you're telling her about Samantha and Daniel, who she has no idea who
no
it
idea.
is.
And
does she think you're a therapist? I'm guessing. Or?
No. It's different than this.
Oh
so,
no, guy no.
I just assumed that this is my fault 100% because it happened literally earlier this week when Trey and Shorty showed up and we were shutting down shop, and then I told them to come in at a time.
Yeah. I'll never forgive you for that.
I didn't put it in the calendar, and so in my mind, I don't want them to feel awkward like they shouldn't be here.
Right.
Oh shit! The teen girl I invited us here,
and I don't want.
What did I do?
Jokes on you. I did it, and I just showed on the show later.
All you guys to feel like something's happening. Like, so I'm trying to, in a secretive way, make everything good and make my mistake good by figuring
You're
it out.
being confident about not knowing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like confidence.
You're pretending to know what's going on.
So
because you think at some point she'll say something that will trigger what you and then it'll be all okay.
Yes, yeah. And I'm waiting. She sits down. She's drinking.
That makes you a psycho, right?
I know. She's drinking a garden water.
That's psychotic.
He just
dude.
doesn't want to be uncomfortable. I understand.
No, but he's waiting for it. He's like,
I know he's waiting for her to say something.
There will be something that says that will fix this whole. Like he's waiting for and that makes you a crazy person.
And then, she reinforces. She's like, because for a split second, she opened herself up to like, maybe I shouldn't be here. And then I was like, do you have the right address? And then she's like, yeah, and she shows my phone. It's our address. And then I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like,
That's us.
And I didn't realize she was.
You could go on in there and just set up if you want.
She was here to look at the studio apartment that's attached to this building. So it's our address, but it's Unit C or whatever the fuck.
No, she won't be living here.
Yeah, and then
she creeped her out.
She walked out the back door.
Yeah.
And then
of course
she's
she
like,
did.
"Oh, okay." But that's
and you never saw her again?
But no, but that's the problem. Like, I assume it's my fault, and I assume that everything that's going on is something I've caused, and this is why I rush back to change the costume, even though, of course, there's no fucking difference between a boy and girl police officer costume.
Well,
Why would there be?
In all fairness, they shouldn't have put a girl. I mean,
well, here we'll do
Why
that.
does it matter?
Because there's
They want to be
Same
diverse.
fucking uniform.
Yeah,
We're gonna- we'll go
it does
ahead.
confuse people. Like it should be.
For Twitch, I'll let you see.
Well, it only
the outcome
confuses
is
the dumbest people.
The outcome is one of the cutest things I've
How
ever
many
seen in my
girls want to
life.
dress in a full cop uniform?
Girls
like
that want to be cops when they grow up.
He looks
Bullshit.
awesome.
I guarantee you there's not one girl that would wear that costume.
All ends well, is well that ends well. I mean, Tommy looks amazing. It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
And that was the
No
day-
wonder people don't respect him.
He's a great little cop.
That was the day
He's
we
so
forgot to pick him up
cute.
on Wednesday too.
I
God,
thought you weren't going to talk about that.
because Max got pneumonia, and we got confused. I was supposed to pick him up. I was like,
You were
3
actually
o'clock.
standing here talking to us, and we're having a great day, and everything's going well. And Tom's like, "Well, this is good. We got this organized. Great job, Sam. Great job." Oh, hold on a second. Let me check this. Hello. Oh, he's still there. Okay, I gotta go. And he's like, that's the school. They're calling. Tommy is just sitting there waiting.
forgot it was
because
early
everybody picked him up, and Tommy the last day. Tommy, so when my wife got there, he's sitting in a baggy cop outfit by himself, his glasses. And I'm like,
He's
God
the best.
damn!
He's the best.
I'm like,
sad.
he's
That's
too
sad.
good for us.
He
He's
is.
too good. He doesn't deserve
He's a good boy.
these parents that he's got.
God damn it.
They're bumbling
He's
idiots.
sitting there in his baggy cop outfit. If he could have arrested you, he would have.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, he's too
crying?
nice.
No,
He's too
no,
nice to
he
do
don't
that.
care.
He'd give you a warning. He'd be like,
Hey guys, pick me up next time. That's cool.
Here's
He doesn't need to let me have him for a week.
Here's how I know Tommy's my son
I love
too.
it.
I want to hang out
'Cause
with him.
then
he's awesome.
And I think we did overkill because we're trying to compensate for the goddamn sports day shirt, because I think most people were just like wear like a hat or whatever. We had full costume head to toe, and he said some kid took his hat, and like the bully of the school, whatever. It's like they took my hat, and I was like, don't let him, because I'm trying to teach him to be tough. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't let him take your hat. Like, you stand up for you, and then he's like, I don't care if they take it, whatever. Like, he has the I don't care
He's too
mentality,
passive,
and then
yeah.
I'm like that. But you know what? That's good. Fuck it. If it's not going to be like the opposite, if you're not going to be like aggressively tough or whatever, then have the don't care. Because if you don't care, if you're getting bullied,
diffuses it. It does.
then who cares?
It does.
Because he legitimately didn't. He's like, I don't care.
But there's no rise.
They gave it back.
No, but the bully will see no. It works.
And I'm like, that's great.
There's no rise.
Okay, he wasn't mad about it. He was like, whatever. They took my hat. And I'm like, good.
I kind
Thank
of have
God.
another story about something like that in middle school. It was dresses in the 60s, but my dad grew up
You
in,
are old.
oh my god.
Dressed like last decade.
this was the 90s. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in 6th grade. Anyway, there's a huge difference between 1968, 1969, and 1960, 1961.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
These are
dad,
50s. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
I went as a freaking greaser, literally tight ass jeans. My dad rolled a fake carton of cigarettes in a tight white shirt. They slicked my hair back, like totally thing. I went to school and everybody, not one person was dressed like that. Everyone was dressed as hippies.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
of
was dressed
course.
as a greaser. I was so fucking embarrassed, and I got made fun of so much, like for the next week after that, just because I was a greaser. I think they just called me greaser for like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing.
That's what I'm trying.
That's that. You're right. That would damage the kid.
I'm always the guy only in costume.
I know,
Story
you're
of my
a
life,
nerd. Okay, so Felicia's here, and we're gonna take a break
Yes,
because when we come back from break, I have a lot to talk to her about. Her fight. I started looking at her opponent. I started doing my research for gambling purposes, and
oh my God.
she's a heavy favorite, by the way, Felicia. And so we're gonna talk about the fight.
Heavy. Never say that.
She's cutting weight.
You never say that.
And so we're gonna
Boy,
take
you're smooth, buddy.
a quick break.
She's the big fat favorite. Just like,
And
I get on all the people about their Megan,
do you?
especially her training partner Megan. I get on a little bit about.
oh, what are you doing? Why are you bullying? your-
Because she needs to stay lighter weight to cut easier. It's just better.
Okay.
So the real star Felicia's here.
Yeah.
Let me get back.
Yeah, we got. Well,
I'm gonna take this podcast to the next level.
Yeah, we got a champion here. You know, she's this one's had a belt or two.
Yeah,
this guy.
I have 3 belts.
I don't know. I've never seen them.
They're all hanging in my garage. I don't even hang them at the gym anymore. They're in my garage. Because all the new kids show up and we're like, what are these belts from? They have guys on them like this.
The picture
1932, Coney Island, bare knuckles champion.
Exactly. It's me with my mustache and a bald head like this. Like, holy shit,
that's
Seth.
back in the good old days of Frosted Tips pepperoni.
That's the days we used to fight on the beach.
We didn't even wear
like
shoes.
real men.
Tap out a clothing line. We didn't even wear clothes. It was nude fighting the way men's supposed to fight.
The name of the band is Church Girls. The name of the song is called Florida. We'll get into a little bit of this and come back. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show@tomanddan.com if you want to drop an email. We'll be right back. I think Seth likes this. This is Alex Ebert. The name of the song is King Killer. You might know him from Edward Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros. I think that's the name of the band. But yeah, that is the epitome of alternative music to me. So welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Before we do the shot real quick, we're doing something new this year where Samantha is great enough to edit together
Air-Fryday?
Air-Fryday and also
Air-Fryday.
Every Saturday we're going to put up a ACT best of for those of you who can't listen to all the ACTs we put out throughout the week. That's a corporate time. That's the censored version of this podcast that's also aired on the radio, but we're kind of putting together a best of each week, or Samantha is, and we're going to release it on Saturday. So those of you that missed it can check it out.
It actually drops every Saturday. It will drop at midnight. So, or Friday night at midnight. So Saturday morning. So when you wake up on Saturday, you will have a couple things to choose from. You'll get, hopefully you'll get Cut It Out for people that like music and you want to listen to that. It's a very short segment with the songs that we play on the Friday Free Show.
Yep.
And then also for non-BDMs, you get this particular ACT Best Of.
Yeah. So then
the first one's long.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, 15 minutes. I
Yeah,
think.
and it's curated, so it's like legitimately Samantha goes through, picks out what she knows has garnered the most amount of laughs from the week, and we pile it all together. Now, some of them could be shorter or longer. It's not going to be a guaranteed time because we decided yesterday if it's not super funny, we're not putting it in there. So it's kind of the best of the best.
So let's do a shot real quick so we can talk to
Hold on,
Felicia.
give Butler his echo there.
Let me get my.
My shot here. Hold on, I got mine. All right, hold on, Butler. Gotcha. Okay.
All right. May your love be 1,000 miles long and come in 6-inch installments. Happy Meat Throbber Friday.
They ruined it.
You know, be my Valentine 90210.
Oh, I even turned his echo.
I'm supposed to do this because people hate it.
ASMR.
Oh yeah, people complained about that last time I saw
Happy. Get a job.
So Felicia, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
No, thanks for having me again.
So
It's always nice to have a true champion in here.
Felicia
Don't get mad. Don't kick me.
is fighting in the UFC 169.
I didn't realize that was the number either.
Look how happy.
Oh, when she wins, she's gonna jump instead of jumping hugging normally. She's gonna jump upside down.
Oh, that's a
and
great
hug
way
you.
to say it.
Oh no, with her husband, she's gonna do
Is
that.
that a promise?
Well, that's up to her. I'll do it with Mike later.
Felicia's.
And then you guys need to
a
do the
superstar.
gravitron where you go up,
Well,
down,
yeah.
and you do circles around the ring.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell Felicia how to do her business, but she is a superstar at this point. She doesn't need to be doing
I have a
these,
feeling if you tried to tell her about her business, she'd knock you out.
I'm just saying these low-budget shenanigans that Seth
Yeah.
Petroselli brings to the table.
yeah,
He's dressed like a
I-
beaver. He's got a big old hat on.
Yeah, he's got a.
tried to.
I tried to.
He's
I
dressed
tried.
like a dog.
Hey,
like
she
to
was
do
down
it.
for it.
Yeah, I really wanted that. to happen.
Well, I
She
mean,
wanted me as a
You should
beaver.
dress like a beaver for 1 6 and a half.
Felicia, do you
Same
know?
thing. You're right.
Because now,
And then her husband could dress like a hot dog.
because
That'd be,
That would be pretty funny.
hilarious.
Okay, so again, and we're all going to be watching the fight. It's going to be Saturday the 29th. It's on ESPN Plus. I know everybody I know is going to be watching it, rooting for Felicia.
Hey, was ESPN Plus that? I feel like that might be the greatest, like, scam. And it's not a scam, but they threw it like I don't know anybody that doesn't have it. It was
Yeah.
like,
Well,
hey,
they gave a bunch of
they were
good
like, hey,
deals at the
opt in
beginning.
for like $1.99
Yeah.
or $2.99 and watch all these soccer games and free UFC and all this kind of stuff. And we bought it, and I got to tell you, and look, they're not a client. I wish they were. That might be one of the best things they ever did because the value that you get for opting in, like I get more sports off of ESPN Plus than I ever have any other ESPN channel.
Yeah, and now
I
that
use
they
it.
partnered,
I'm a
yeah.
soccer guy, so I use it all the time. all the time.
So, of course, we've had you in on the show multiple times, and we talked about your fights, and people know about the Megan Anderson fight. That was your UFC debut, which won me and a lot of our listeners lots of money because you were the underdog coming into that, and we all suspected that was wrong, and you were actually the favorite. You were a better fighter, and Vegas got the odds wrong, and it turns out we were right. And then, of course, the Cyborg fight we all watched. And now it went down to
Lost you a lot of money.
Well, no.
And all the money you won us, you lost us.
No, because here's the thing. We I enjoy getting into the fights and looking at people's records and start predicting what we think is going to happen. But that was the fight that I think, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, but kind of put you on the map and put you in front of Dana White and show the world that, hey, I can stand up with the best of the best and I can trade blows. And
I didn't see
it came down to decision.
And
but
I saw no negativity out of that. You know, like I didn't see, like everything was like super positive. I'm like, here we go. She's about to take off.
Yeah, so was that like after that fight, after the Cyborg fight, and I know we talked to you, like Dana White pulled you into the office and talked to you, like do a flood of people start contacting you, like, because obviously
Hey, come on my podcast.
you're
Be at my foot golf.
the spotlight's on you, and really from doing my research, gambling research, but I started looking and like searching your name, it's blown up since like even the Megan Anderson fight. Now when you search Felicia Spencer, I mean there are tons of people, tons of podcasts talking about you. Like
everybody's an
a
expert.
lot
too.
of media.
Yeah, I'm sure you get tired of that.
So have you felt that rise in popularity?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean, as far as like notifications on my phone, it's definitely blown up. I turn them off now, so that's kind of different.
Yeah,
but
I bet.
people reach out to me. I have to kind of. Not ignore people, but I have to kind of
pick and
prioritize.
choose,
Otherwise, I'll be on my phone all day, every day. Like aside from just working, like just answering people. So
She throws the people she doesn't want to me. She's like,
know,
I don't want to talk to this guy. He's like, Seth is my trainer.
That's what Tom does to me.
throws me the shitty people.
What are you doing, interviews?
And Seth,
I'll be like, hello. Give me anything.
please talk to me.
Give me your scraps, please.
I really try to take an
Seth,
effort
what do you
to-
think about the Felicia fight? Me poop on plane. Me poop on plane. We use magazine to clean off shoes. All right, back to you.
So
It hasn't
What
been-
is
it
your
hasn't been
official
too
title
crazy, though.
within the camp?
Trainer, I guess.
Trainer?
Yeah,
Trainer?
coach. Yeah.
Oh, coach.
Coach,
Wait, which is
coach,
better, coach or trainer?
But there's multiple coaches, right?
Yeah,
He's the
yeah,
third tier.
Yeah.
Coach
Like,
number
you're-
one.
yeah.
I'm secondly. Mike Lee, then I'm right under my.
Yeah, all right.
Mike Lee trains her more, to be honest. Yeah, he's there a lot more.
So within the business, because I'm always fascinated with the business of any industry, and with this one, like obviously,
why don't you get I don't know, into podcasting?
That's boring.
I'm like,
I looked at it and I was like, this stinks.
Blatantly, it's a lie because you're like, I love all business. I'm like, well, how about this one? You're like, this one fucking
Except for this one.
Not exciting. I figured it out.
Butler's a weirdo.
Now you're fighting at the highest level in the UFC.
Yeah, man.
And so what, like, do you start getting sponsors that reach out to you? Do you have sponsors you have to like start vetting and be like, well, who do I want to endorse? Like, how does that work? Because I know UFC puts like, you can't necessarily promote all your sponsors. They have a list of who you can.
And they're Reebok crazy, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's all.
So how does that work?
It's not like it used to be like when back
No,
in
I
the
know they
day
are.
when
But
Seth,
I
when
liked
Seth
it when
fought.
I kind of liked it when it was. I kind of liked it when it was more NASCAR. Now I understand what they're doing, but I get it. You know, I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely not. I don't have sponsors reaching out like that, and I'm not. I mean, I'm still working, so I don't have like as much time I dedicate to like trying to go after it and hustle people to get a couple bucks, you know.
Right.
So like I get a lot of support, but it's not, the sponsorships are not like they were 10 years ago.
Okay.
You know, for fighters then. I mean, I get the Reebok, and then that's pretty much, that's the biggest one for sure. So.
And what's it like now, as far as your trajectory and your path and your career? Because like for this fight, obviously on the 29th, Zara Dos Santos, you're fighting. And I did my research and I saw Zara fought Megan Anderson, lost to Megan Anderson. I mean, to me, it told me, it was like, well, like Felicia should easily be able to beat Zara on the 29th. And in Vegas says you're a minus 750 favorite, which if you get that down to percentile, it's 88 I think 0.2% chance of you winning. They're saying that you're that much of a favorite. So does that put pressure on you as a fighter coming into a fight as such a heavy favorite, or do you not even think about that kind of stuff? It's just the same fight. Because like to me, I'd rather fight as the underdog because
I mean, it kind of both. Like I try to take every fight like just kind of think about it is what it is, and every fight that you have is the biggest one. You know, Cyborg was the biggest fight of my life, but now this one is the biggest fight because if I lose it, then that's terrible, you know. So
do they tell you what's going to happen if you lose it? Or they
no. No, there's no.
It's not predetermined.
You have to just play it out and then go back to the table. And
how much does your attitude, how cooperative you are, how personable you are? Because I personally believe I've never seen a fighter in UFC that it like I've talked about this on the show a lot about how much I like her, like how
regular personality.
Exactly, like you're like
who she is.
Exactly. I like who you are. Like on one side, I look at you and I go, oh. You have like this teaching kind of a vibe that I get, and then I know that you do teach, you know, and you teach the kids, right? Mm-hmm. And so like I feel that, but like there's also a heaping helping of credibility that you get for actually like beating people up, like and winning. So like
the record speaks for itself.
How much of that plays into what they want? You know what I mean? Like do they appreciate the fact that you're able to kind of balance both and you're not like...
Well, this is a business. She's super marketable.
Am I saying this right without being insulting? You know, like Cyborg, and when you look at something like that, it's almost more like flash and flare and like, look at me and my name or but you, to me, is a lot more authentic in the fact that you're like actually like giving back, providing...
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, there's not a lot of communication, honestly, between
they probably
the
like
higher-ups
that.
and me. You know, like, it's pretty much here's who you're fighting and here's the date.
Go time.
And then here you go. But, you know, they put me as the co-main event, and that was a huge surprise. I had no idea until I read it online.
That's huge.
So to me, that tells me that they
value it.
They value me. I mean, like you said, Zara fought Megan and lost, and Megan's on the undercard fighting.
Right.
So she's fighting on the undercard to someone that she just lost to in the co-main event.
Right.
And I mean, obviously that's because I'm in there. So I mean, that makes me feel like they're really trying to push, get behind me.
Yeah,
and, push, and they see a future for me.
Yeah,
So-
I think everybody kind of feels it, right?
I mean, I was kind of surprised. Like, that's kind of messed up that they put me in the co-main event, but I'm down. Like, that's awesome.
great.
I'm honored to be
It's
there.
a tell. Coming off your performance of last time, it's not a surprise.
I go with Seth again.
It's about the fans. People liked what they
Yeah.
saw, and they know the fans want to see that again, so they're putting you in the spotlight so they can see that.
I think the correct way to say it would be this: beyond your fighting ability, which we all know you're more than capable. I think just your persona of, even if you didn't know how to fight, I think that factors in a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just because they're not looking for just the machine that can, like, because there are people that are just like, I'm a killing machine. But you're not. You know, you're multifaceted. You're not just defined by being a great fighter. You're defined by also a little bit more than that. I think that's important. Like the backstory, the onion, if you will, it unfolds.
Many layers of the person.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask both of you guys this, because Seth probably is familiar with this style of the business of fighting. Because it seems like some people that are fighters use the fighting platform to promote themselves bigger than that, of like whether they're social media influencers, whether they want to promote whatever it is. They're like, hey, I'm going to use this. So not necessarily like, hey, I want to be the best fighter, I want to win all my fights. Of course they probably do, but they're looking at it like, I'll use this platform to promote, because like even like Megan Anderson, like she does a lot on social media, got a huge following. It seems like she's promoting that and like pushing that harder than anything else, because she realized the value in that. And it's like, well, how much are you into the sport and the stuff?
Well, because you can't be a fighter. I mean, the way I've looked at it is, I know you couldn't be a fighter forever, so you have to have that to step. They're not going to give you a job unless you're a commentator or something like that. UFC won't give you a job. So you have to have your own thing set afterwards. I mean.
So do you think about that, Felicia, as far as like, hey, I want to turn my brand into something that I can use later to make money? I mean, or right now you're just focusing straight on the fighting, because winning will give you the publicity and the promotion to do that, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's something that I take baby steps with. It takes, like you guys know, that kind of stuff takes so much time and like. There's a lot that goes into it, and I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, but I'm up to like 36,000 followers now, so that's pretty cool.
It's huge.
Damn. So that's it's slowly but surely. It's not something.
This UFC thing's gonna catch on.
Eventually, I think Megan's at like 130 or something. Either way,
eventually people are gonna be into this.
Soon.
My God.
Yeah, and I think about my future. My husband and I future for that's why I haven't quit my day job, because I just can't let go of that security. So I can make it work. So why not just
that's crazy
grind
good,
and keep doing keep doing what I'm doing. I have the security blanket of having a paycheck and insurance. And then I can still make it work and be where I'm at. So
how does that work with insurance?
Well,
I'm an independent contractor with the UFC, so I don't get no insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't have my teaching job, I would have no insurance.
No, but I mean, like, even
fight,
with the teaching job, it's like you go to the doctor after, like, being beat up. Like, what do they even say?
what happened here?
Yeah, like, they're like,
for the actual event, there's insurance for the event that I would be able to use, like UFC insurance for something from that night.
Something catastrophic.
But just like random stuff for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but and we also already know from the research of, like, if you were comparing like boxing to MMA, that MMA is a lot safer.
Yeah. And so going,
I know, right?
Oh no, funny you say that, because there's literally just a clip that came out from Russia 2 days ago.
Bad.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
There's always a freak accident.
It's a freak accident.
You can,
of course,
paralyze yourself playing golf.
Yeah,
too.
but this guy tried to
something.
do a flying armbar where you just jump up and try to lock the arm in, and he literally bends backwards, lands on his neck. If you listen to the audio, you hear his neck snapping in half.
Oh shit!
And he just sits there, can't move, just screams in agony, and he's paralyzed now from like the neck down.
And he got paralyzed from that. Yeah,
that is a freak.
It is
because there's people do that 100 times a day all over the world.
And it happens every 5 years. Someone does something
Is he
terrible
a teacher?
to himself.
Was it a Russian fighter, or was it like
just a Russian
like a local tournament in Russia?
Oh,
like nothing big.
It wasn't our Russian at our gym.
No.
That guy's insane.
Yeah.
So that was a great pizza night. I got some stories.
He'll be out in Tallahassee. Actually, so Felicia's husband is fighting pro debut tomorrow night. We're driving out there tomorrow to corner him.
Oh, cool,
dude! You guys are
Russian won't be
busy.
there.
That's really cool. So what is it like
Yeah, I'm so
having?
busy, so busy.
Does it help having a partner that does the same sort of thing and can train and
For sure. It's
understand?
It's really nice to, I mean, like, sure, when you're both about to fight, you're kind of both cranky because you're dieting and everything, but we understand each other, you know, why we're, it's like, you know, you're just cranky. It's all right. I'm not, you know, we don't really take anything personal.
So it helps having a supportive partner?
Yeah.
I literally, I was typing something on the BDM page the other day. This long thing. She's like, my wife's like, what are you typing? I'm like, I'm typing this funny story to the BDM. She's like, no one wants to hear your fucking stories. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they do. Of course it did. Because she's so goddamn tired of hearing them. She's like, no one wants to hear your long, drawn out stories. I'm tired of it.
For that.
That's what I said. I'm trying to be like, I don't see it.
It's kind of like your whole thing.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's literally.
It's just like they stink. So, oh God, the same old shit. You made a mistake. Oh.
Do you talk to your sons like that? Just drag on and on.
Oh yeah, they hate it.
Well, they do it too. We've seen it. We've seen the phone calls before.
Then my mom does it to me. I'm like,
"Hey,
oh my God.
Hey Tommy, how you doing? How was school today? Did you be all right? You okay? What are you doing?" And Tommy's like,
Are you in a car?
and Tommy's like, "I'm in a car."
What kind of car?
It's like a truck.
What kind of truck?
Like I don't know, like an SUV.
Okay, that's great. That's cool on TV. How are you, Daddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Like it's like, oh my God!
I'm still at school.
Yeah, God damn it! It's like two of you.
I'm waiting at school for you to
It's
pick
like
me up,
you.
Daddy.
It's like you.
If you're in a
looking
car,
at
can you
me.
come pick me
Could you
up?
come get me?
So,
Lots of girls want to wear this uniform.
So the fight, because Felicia, I want to talk about the fight coming up, and
You just want your gambling tips.
Okay, well, speaking of Zara and like her style, like I think Seth told me that she, what belt is she in jiu-jitsu? Like way lower, like,
Purple belt.
Purple,
Yeah.
and that's two.
It's not way lower, but it's low.
It's a skilled, you know.
Yeah.
Things can happen.
So, but
I only bet based on name meaning. Zara means princess. Felicia, I believe, is Latin for happy.
Oh, I thought it was warrior killer.
So I'm gonna go with happy over princess.
Sounds good.
There you go.
So do you have to factor in the fact that she is coming in as an underdog and she's just going to, because to me, her only chance of winning is just to throw crazy punches and hope for a knockout, which you have to defend yourself against, and fighting someone that is literally is expected to lose and is going to just do whatever it takes to try to somehow win. It's kind of like we playing the Miami Dolphins and no one expects you to win, and then you just start throwing crazy, you beat the Patriots. You know, it's
that's
like
every game.
Yeah, exactly. Because they are free to just throw like crazy
Nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose
Yeah,
plays,
nothing to lose.
and then they hit it. So do you factor that into your preparation?
Yeah, I mean, I always, like I said, I know every fighter is beatable, and I forget my train of thought, but I know that like everyone can be beaten, and I can beat anyone. Basically,
Yeah.
Like, but it's just in the moment. You just have to be ready to, ready for anything. And I know she's going to be in that position where she's kind of desperate to get a win.
Yeah.
So different things, crazy things can happen. So that whole MMA math thing, where like I beat Megan beat Zara, therefore I beat Zara. It doesn't work. Like that's not real, and it
doesn't exist.
I mean, to a certain
Bullshit,
extent,
'cause that
it's
means
like,
I'm champion of everything.
it can help with your idea of how things can go, but, but it definitely, like when you're training in the gym,
You're such a
I get
turd.
caught by purple belts. I train hours and hours and hours. Of course, every once in a while, I'm gonna get caught in a
anything
bad
can
position.
happen.
But it's probably good that you do, right? Because
Exactly.
that's
And
that's the learning.
I don't train to like win in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because I'm trying to evolve, so I have to take
Sure.
risks. So in a fight, I know like anything can happen. Just because she's a purple belt doesn't mean she can't beat me
You're
on the
right,
ground, or like you said, she's more of a striker, so she tends to try to stay on her feet. So anything can happen, and I'm basically I just need to make sure that the fight goes wherever I want it to go, and just stay in control of the situation, which I feel good about.
Do you have to like cut massive weight or anything for the fight? Like, what is the?
I thought you weren't.
No,
Well, no,
I'm always
that-
interested in that. Like,
it is fascinating to think that training is not enough.
Yeah.
That you have to actually get to the table, but get to the table at whatever they you
It's
know,
a science.
require you to be,
Yeah.
which means that you are now doing a scientific sliding scale of calories to get to a point where you're still strong and still have enough juice to go, but you're
And then
also
you
at
can
the
cut-
correct way.
you
It's
can
crazy
cut
to me.
A little bit of water for the weigh-in, but not too much because you'll be weak for the fight. I mean,
It's crazy.
It's a down to
The
a science
weigh-in
right
thing,
now, right?
like, is
Yeah.
the weigh-in thing is the only thing that in fighting, like, to me, I look at and I'm like,
It's
that's
bizarre,
it.
too. It's
It
like-
is bizarre.
Because they both fighters come weighing in at whatever it says, but like they're all 10 pounds heavier than water weight alone, you know?
Yeah, immediately you're right back.
Right.
So I usually cut about 10 to 12 pounds of water the two days before.
Sure.
And how do you do it at like the normal?
Or like one day before. Well, we start with like a water load. So it takes a whole week or like 6 days where you drink 2 to 2.5 gallons. For me, I drink 2.5 gallons for like 3 days in a row. And then I taper it off to 1 gallon, which is normally a lot. Like most people don't even drink a gallon a day.
Yeah.
So
I haven't had water in 10 years.
I have never drinking a
I don't think
gallon
I've
of water.
ever seen either one of you drink water here.
No,
It always has to
no.
be some sort of sparkling sweet water.
Do you know
That's
why?
technically water.
Do you want to know why?
no bullshit.
Because it's disgusting. so
Regular
good.
water?
I legit crave water. Like, I
Ew.
love
There's
it. That's all
no
I-
flavor.
And it's like
oh,
your
God.
body is mostly water, so it
I know.
doesn't. You know,
Ah, it tastes
and
like
muscle
barf.
holds more water than fat does. So
But
you
your
know,
cum
thinking
tastes
about
nasty.
if you have a lot of muscle, then your body's holding a lot of water that's not like essential to your function. You
Right,
know?
right.
So when you're more muscular, you can cut water a lot easier. You know, if you imagine going to the gym, you sweat. Men especially will
Yeah.
lose 5 pounds in an hour.
Wow,
session.
when I had to cut weight for all the scenes I did in The Witcher,
Mm-hmm.
most of the jacuzzi scenes, I was severely dehydrated during those.
So you don't
But you
have
could like see a lot more definition,
Aw,
you know,
yeah.
and oddly enough, it was easier to shave around my muscles, you know, being a little tighter.
So you don't have to do the extreme in the sauna for hours or like putting
No,
makeup remover.
Oh, what
I
is-
do,
no,
yeah.
what is the
no, I
stuff
still
that-
do that.
Abilene.
Yeah.
Abilene.
That
And
stuff
it
is- that stuff is
opens
the
your
best,
pores, right? And then you...
I usually do a salt bath. I'm not as big on the sauna. I like the salt bath. Just a preference.
and then you
but
just
it does the
sweat it
same
out,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, it's a hot bath, and the Epsom salt helps draw the water from you. So you lose like 3 pounds in 20 minutes sometimes.
And
my
you sit. You,
Well,
s-
on a good bath.
you sit wrapped after, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so
after
like you wrap up and you
wrap
just
up
kind of
after,
sweat for. So it's. I mean, it's a process. It's not fun at all. It's definitely the worst part.
And then you're going for the weigh-in. You'll hit your weigh-in, and then you'll immediately start rehydrating for the
Yeah,
fight, and you'll get
slowly,
back
yeah.
up 10 pounds of water.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's crazy.
within half a day, you back up 10 pounds. Yeah.
So after this fight, and I know I hate speaking in like, after you win, this is because no one wants to look past anything. But
It's almost like a superstition or something, right? Like,
but-
you're not supposed to do that.
Jinx yourself.
if like in the world, do you know if you're gonna, this guarantees you a second fight if you do win? Do they tell you anything like that, or is it just totally up to the UFC whether they're gonna let you fight again on a main card even if you win or lose? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, there's no, like I said, there's not a lot of communication about the future or anything like that. But, with my division's not very big, and I'm already, we're kind of at the top of the division already, getting to the top. So I because there's 2 featherweight fights on my card, like I said, our fight and then Megan's fighting Norma Dumont. That's like half our division already right there.
Right,
so
right.
basically, the way I'm looking at it is whoever looks best on that night gets a title shot. So not that I've been told that, but it makes sense to think that way. So
Okay, so that you're kind of putting 2 and 2 together,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you
there's
anything.
no,
Yeah.
there's nothing set like that. But it's just, like you said, you don't want to really look ahead of. I'm not looking past Zara by any means, but
Now,
that's my conclusion about what could happen.
this is uncomfortable because Seth is sitting right next to you, but like we don't have a
What are
real
you doing?
business conversation.
Oh.
But in my belief, you will be champion, and you will be the highest level fighter.
I could
You'll
see
have the
that.
belt.
It'd
and
be an
champion.
excellent move for them.
So
Yeah,
just
for
like
sure.
you know how like you're,
They could get very lucky as a company to have you as a champion.
you like a band that becomes ultra famous, and then you hit the big time, and you're number one on the
Oh,
pop
you
charts.
distance yourself from
Yeah,
your original
man-
manager.
Yeah, your manager.
Oh,
I
because
know it.
he's too small town to be able to
Yeah,
handle the
yeah.
superstardom that you're at because
we
he
don't
doesn't.
manage her. She manages
I
herself.
manage myself.
We don't manage her.
Well, you got him in your ear telling you the cockamamie things.
I do say some pretty weird things. I do have her doing karate.
Do you want your manager
I gotta
driving?
get you on Tom and Dan again so I can get my $125 from Tom.
Who wants to walk out of
Are you gonna race?
a bloody Hellcat?
But you can pay-
better than
Hey,
that.
have you ridden in the tampon?
His car, the blood Hellcat.
It's a tampon.
It looks like a goddamn tampon. It's
I
embarrassing.
look like a
Have you tied a white rope, a white battle rope? You got to put a battle
Oh,
rope.
battle. That's a good idea.
You put a battle rope off the end of it, and it's the Orlando's tampon.
But is there like a level of like celebrity or like the higher? Because even like
I'm used to it.
when you win, like if you get up into the higher level Olympics and stuff, like they're like, all right, now you have to use this Olympic trainer because he's the best.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you gotta get rid of
I mean,
these
you're
guys.
an American skater, but eventually you get the Russian coach. I mean, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
So when Felicia's champion, you know, this guy, he's gonna be
no,
back to his
I don't see that
podcast news.
happening.
Oh,
And he's
I mean, it'd
like,
be
your
cool to
old
take
coach
trips.
had tampon for car. No.
we don't play
It would
that.
be cool to take a trip, take a month to go Thailand or go to Vegas to the performance center, like doing, cross training for like a month at a time somewhere. But,
Yeah.
But, the coaches that I've had for the last 10, 12 years are the ones that are they got me here, and, we have a good team.
Is it hard to believe sometimes that much like us succeeding in podcasting, that Seth succeeds at running a really good gym?
It's pretty crazy.
I've always been.
There's
my
other
family,
people
I don't know
making
if you guys know my
decisions.
history. Not just me, but my grandfather has a multi-million-dollar company that he started from scratch. He was broke as a joke, nothing, and then started. My other grandfather on my dad's side did the same exact thing. So, so genetically, I think I got that. And I can now run a business.
Did you say
decent business?
You did say genetically,
I
right?
did.
Yeah, a little bit.
Also,
geographically and geonetically.
Geonetically,
I was in the right place at the right time.
almost
And I got the blood.
we're channeling our inner Johnny B. Bass,
Yeah.
which we're not allowed to
That's
do.
what true.
almost all successful
No, I feel
businessmen
good.
that I know, don't really return my texts or emails because they're busy as hell. Seth's literally watching us on every live stream BDM show. Seth is in there making fun of you. I'm like,
He's
Seth,
always in
doesn't
there.
got work to do. It's
Just Mondays.
10:30 on Monday morning.
Just Mondays
How
I
do
do
you-
it.
Anytime I text you, you always text me back.
how do
in
you
the
take
car.
time
I
away?
literally live on this phone. This phone's by my. Even when I'm working out, this is in front of me. I like being connected to everybody.
He's over.
You're on a gazelle?
He's at Chuck E. Cheese. His girlfriend's running around playing stuff. He's over. He's
Hold on, you're on a fucking. What is
That's
this?
why I'm such a good business guy, because I'm always answering people back. I'm right on top of stuff. I don't procrastinate.
And watching the BDM shows.
I want Seth to be Tony Little for Halloween.
That's actually pretty good.
Get a big curly wig.
Tony Little.
Oh, the
gazelle?
the gazelle.
Yeah.
So
How am I going to do that with my bozo hair?
Oh yeah. Hey,
You gotta
what
get
does
a wig.
Felicia think? We haven't told Felicia our idea.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I don't know if she
So-
knows who bozo is.
For $2,500,
okay.
for $2,500, we want Seth to grow his hair out because there's some areas that won't grow, but he'll grow it out, and then we'll bleach blonde his
Oh
bozo.
my God.
He won't do
Blonde
That would
it.
be.
That's
I'd be happy.
$2,500. I'll do it, but I'll only
He'll
do
do
it for-
anything for money.
How long? How
know
long
that.
of a bozo?
I know.
2 inches bozo? 2-inch bozo?
That's going to take like half a year.
How about a 1-incher?
1 inch.
1-inch bozo? Dude, I'm in. We can make that happen.
I feel bad because then it coincides with Felicia's next fight after this. She fights for
Oh,
the
and he's got a
championship.
bozo. He's in the ring.
I'll be wearing this.
No,
thing.
full clown makeup.
I'm not your monkey. God damn it.
Felicia,
Go to
thanks
the
for
jungle.
stopping by. I appreciate it. We'll all be watching your fight
We
again.
will indeed.
February 29th. It's going to be on ESPN
I think
Plus.
this one we're finally doing a watch party, or
You can't.
somebody
Someone
suggested.
didn't check their calendar.
No, but somebody suggested that we do it here. Oh yeah, I guess we can't. Are you out?
Yeah. I forgot that.
He's
I
always
was
got
missing
something.
Samantha's.
Yeah, it's the
Well-
same day as my Semantics 3-year anniversary
Yeah,
party
yeah.
that Tom Van guaranteed he would be at.
I know. Yeah, I felt like I had
Well,
last
where
night.
are
I
you?
had-
Where are you?
I thought that was during the day.
It is during the day, but he's gonna be.
I'm
He's
gonna
not
be
gonna be
for
around.
wilderness
Oh
on
God!
vacation.
With the dervishes, like you've seen them enough.
I know. My wife had put it in the calendar long for whatever reason. I think I Tom Van guaranteed it before I
wife.
looked. Then I looked at the calendar, and then I was like, "Fuck! I did it again." Anyway,
So your wife would be
It was
upset
right
if you
next
did
to
that?
the alarm to pick up Tom.
well, I'm going to be watching the fight. I just can't go to Samantha's
I see.
3-year anniversary party at Rock Pit Brewing.
Where are you watching it on your phone?
Well,
Out
yeah.
at the
I guess
campsite?
I have an RV share. I guess I'm probably not even going to be able to watch the goddamn. I have to.
You can watch it on your phone.
They got one of
Yeah.
those.
There's an
Someone's going to be watching the fight and
Yeah.
you know that.
They
Yeah.
tailgate out
But
there,
then you
man.
gotta walk over there with your Yeti cup, and you're like, "Hey, go Gators!"
I'll get.
So
I'll
you
bring
know
my
this
jean
girl
shorts.
that's on? She's on my podcast.
Oh yeah,
I know this girl.
Oh, I'll say I'll be like, she's my best friend.
Oh, don't let him do that.
I tell you, Mayor Triplet.
How much
Felicia.
do we hurt your image with UFC? I want a real accurate.
Has anybody looked up on YouTube?
I probably lost 1,000 followers.
It's not a bad thing because I did last time. Remember two times
Well, that's
ago?
just because of the things you say. She's sweet and intelligent. You know, like,
You talked about the hat last time. I'm surprised you're still here in
I
business.
mean, you actually told a story about shitting your pants and then scraping poop off your feet, your shoes with a magazine.
By the way,
People want to hear that stuff.
I give them what they want.
I'm still waiting for once Felicia's champion for then some blog to come out, be like, look what she did in her earlier career is her fighting me. Like she beat up some fat radio guy. Like then they're gonna be bagging on her for like she.
How much money for you to take a shot right now?
To the face?
If we went old school, because like old school, you would have been like, whatever. I'll do, you know
I'll
I'm
die.
right.
She'll kill
No,
me.
but you know I'm right. If, old school Tom Van. If I said how much, you'd be like, I'll get to you know how much? You can't put a price on it, right?
I mean,
She'd knock you flat
She's
out.
gonna knock him out.
Yeah, knock him flat out.
It would have to be like
10 grand or something.
No,
right?
what I paid for my boat. So I can
that's
justify
more
it.
than- oh my God.
How about I don't need to get paid for my bozo hair? If I grow it, you get hit in the face.
No, it's not worth it. I don't
Well,
give a
that's
shit.
got to be a 3-inch 3-inch bozo. He goes at 3-inch.
Hey, by the way, I'm convinced one
That's
more concussion at CTE.
Yeah, I don't think he's
like,
got
I'm
more
on the
hits
verge
left in him.
Yeah.
of my brain.
You'll be telling
bunch of
Tommy
holes.
to kill you and pin a note to your chest.
Yeah, but I
Study my brain.
already had concussions from Felicia after that fight. I was getting deja vu after. I was like, why? It was bad.
God.
Where's my son? Is he still at school?
Yeah.
Why are you throwing that guilt on her, man?
I'm just saying, she's a hard puncher. So, Felicia, thanks for coming by. I
Yeah,
appreciate
we
it.
love you. Thanks so much for coming by.
Throw out your Instagram so we can get you a little more followers at this point.
Yeah.
We're
Follow
not going
her.
to do much.
Follow her on
There's a
Instagram.
Drop in the bucket.
It's at Phenom479 for any Instagram, Twitter.
There you go.
You got it.
Phenom 479. This is Warriors. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show at tomanddan.com for emails. We'll be right back.
Party, I could take a long walk off a short pier. Every complaint is an
I'm laying there on the bed, okay?
Ah.
I have to paint the picture. My wife is like, she has the Dyson hairdryer.
She's shaking her Laffy Taffy.
No, I wish. But she has her Dyson hairdryer and she's going through and getting her hair done. By the way, that's one of the greatest inventions. You want to make your wife,
See,
especially if you're...
She walked by that. My girlfriend walked by that. She's like, "Oh, that's the best hair dryer
Well,
ever."
I'll tell you right now.
yeah,
It's
it
like
is. You know how much-
$400.
No, you got to find the ones that fall off trucks like old Danny D did.
Find me one, bro.
I can find you one.
Really? Yeah, there's.
I ordered one from a very sketchy website. 2, actually. They were the Chinese New Year
Does
edition.
it say
if you know what
Dyson
I
or
mean.
does it say license?
No, it's a real Dyson, but just the price nuts.
Look, this one smells like coronavirus.
I'm
see?
virtually certain that ours were stolen. So,
Okay.
on this particular song, though, I'm laying there and I'm like, Laffy Taffy started as a candy, right?
Yeah.
And it's just
Willy
taffy. It's just crazy flavored taffy, right?
Yeah.
And then these guys,
Put jokes on the wrappers. That makes it the Laffy Taffy.
Okay, gotcha. So D4L says, and they like that. Now, it's no, it's not like a secret that in like all of my, how do I say this without? There's some things I don't think you can say without sounding racist. My black
Just say
friends,
it.
I'm just gonna say it. My black friends when I was in high school were all about fruity sodas and fruity candies. They were. So all of my friends that were on the football team, all of my friends that happened to be black and played sports that I knew that I hung out with at DeLand High, every single one of them either liked some sort of like crazy sodas or some sort of like now and later Laffy Taffy type of fruity, yummy treat, right?
Yeah.
So did that permeate culture in 2005 to invent the song Laffy Taffy by D4L?
No.
It was what was it?
That's looking way too deep.
It is Laffy Taffy.
Jolly Ranchers
is a slang term for female genitalia.
No, I understand that.
The front.
Correct.
I was right.
Oh, it is the front.
The
I thought it
labia.
was the back.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
it was
no.
your ass.
No, that doesn't look like a Laffy Taffy. Think of what a labia minor. Is that what it's called?
Majora.
Menorah.
Manure?
The menorah.
I don't want to be.
The menorah
Labia
is
minora.
what you put the candles in, you light it. And the
The major is
majora-
the outside, the minor is the inside, right?
Labia major?
I don't
I
know.
thought there was two.
I thought it was
yeah,
the-
there's two
I
You
thought-
parts.
majored in labia?
I thought it was the labia majora and the labia minora.
I don't know nothing. So someone said lips one time. I was like, lips.
sick Joker lips.
I was like, I don't even know what you're saying.
Swallow.
Mm.
He missed sex ed class somewhere.
Lips.
I'm like lips.
They're not lips.
But he does have dick lips.
Yeah, your dick has lips.
Yeah, that is.
They're
true.
still there?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get a
Didn't
reduction.
get rubbed
My
off.
God, are you sure it's not a growth of some sort?
It's a Laffy Taffy
All
scenario.
right, let's dig in.
I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. I'm Mr.
This is a scooping song.
I wanna cause you so thick.
Okay, I'm looking for Mr. Bubblegum.
No, Mrs. Bubblegum.
Oh, so that's the pussy.
Correct.
So I'm looking for. So should I? Like I've never heard anybody. Like if my mother said, "Oh my goodness, I went to the doctor. I've got a problem with Mrs. Bubblegum," I would be like, "What? What's wrong with your Laffy Taffy, Mom?"
Lips.
Lips. Okay.
I'm a Jolly Rancher, cause I stay so hard. You can suck me for a long time. Oh my God.
Damn, this
Wait.
is really sexual. I never
So
realized.
Yeah,
I
the whole
know
thing
that's
is
why
sexual.
I
Holy
was
shit.
listening to
So
this.
the
While
beginning-
well, by the way, my daughter and wife are basically dancing nude.
Dancing to. Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
laying in the bed because I go to bed at like 6:30. So when I put my daughter to bed at 7, I'm already in bed, like tucked in. So she has to come visit me like I'm Willy Wonka's grandpa. Like I'm already tucked in. I'm like,
Grandpa
come
Joe?
see Grandpa. I'm like, Bap, Maisie, Bap, you'll float. And so they're dancing naked to Laffy Taffy.
When your kid is putting you to bed, that's when
Yeah,
you
it's bad. I'm here.
Maisie.
The show's only got about 2 more years. So
gotta say,
I didn't know that Laffy Taffy was. I thought it was about like most songs that I know of that are like rap songs that are about like genitalia are about like asses shaking. I've never heard a song that like went right in to like
the front.
the taffy, the front taffy.
I call it the cookie.
This a candy store, and I'm really geeked up.
Biscuit.
And I got more trouble.
I'm really geeked up. He says that. He also says that
That means
got
he's coked up.
His Jolly Rancher is really hard.
They call him Jolly Rancher. because it tastes hard.
I walk, I roll, it's soft. I know it's the summertime, but your Laffy Taffy got me funky loose.
So he said it's summertime. Your Laffy Taffy got me what?
According to this lyrics page, it says, "It's the summertime, but your Laffy Taffy got me cold."
All right.
How's it going?
That
Cold?
doesn't make any
Is
sense.
it blowing cold air on him?
Oh, I wish.
It's kind of like grapefruiting.
Put a
Like,
hose
you
in there,
want it
save
cold?
on
I thought that you don't want it cold.
Yeah, you want it hot.
Yeah.
Moist.
Get low, don't be shy. I'm playboy. Oh, I know you wanna ride, you a star, and it shows. What's happening? What's up? Let's go.
Does anybody ever listen to this kind of stuff and go, you know what, this is absolute fucking garbage? Like, does anybody ever go, like, why
a
did we
novelty.
give these guys so much money?
It's a
No, they
novelty.
made a shit ton of money off of this.
But I think though, like the novelty song nowadays is the viral song that goes viral everywhere. But the artist doesn't make any money on it.
Yeah.
Like it's a super popular. You have like 7 million plays. Maybe if you get paid by Spotify. But now when things are popular like this, you can't monetize it because it's free on the internet. Back in 2005, like I know the internet existed and social media a little bit, but people use similar to the what's the guy that Because I Got High song? Remember when
Afro Man.
Afro Man. Like he turned that stupid novelty song. Like apparently Howard Stern played it. Didn't we interview him?
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. So he told the story like he came out with a goof novelty song and then went to bed and he woke up like Howard Stern had played it in that morning and then it was like a national phenomenon and then all of a sudden like he blew up and then he was
It's
just
kind of like the guy that quacked like a duck for us.
Yeah,
he didn't
Goat
blow up.
and Your Mom.
He didn't blow up though.
Goat and Your Mom. Now, the other one I wrote down for a bit of a deep dive was Slow Motion.
Yeah.
Is that Soulja Slim?
I believe that's Juvenile.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me.
I forgot about the song.
Slow motion for me, moving.
Or is this the wrong one?
This is the Juvenile version.
Oh, is it? Is that the wrong one?
I don't know. I mean, this is the one I know.
Know how to act. Slow motion for me,
No, slow motion. I don't think you can, right?
I think I can understand what Juvenile's saying because I can imagine a girl dancing slow motion.
I don't think my wife can do that.
No. Not for the
slow motion.
whites. I'm just saying. They're not good at dancing slow motion.
No, they're like, look at me, I'm a slow motion robot.
Uh-oh, I left Tommy at school.
I've seen my wife dance at weddings. That's very embarrassing and very Elaine-y.
It takes a special white girl to be able to do that.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me.
Yes.
Slow motion for me.
Yes.
Slow motion for me. I'm a dick thrower. Her neck and her back hurting. Cut through to have you like a brand new version. It's like once you get used to it, then you start.
Okay, yeah. I just I was both of these I wrote down. I was like, I gotta dive into this this slow motion. Have you ever, and answer honestly, and I'm gonna go around the room. Have you ever?
You probably know the answer to this already.
Tried to act sexy and dance or say something sexy to your wife? Like, have you ever leaned into her ear and said like, "I want to eat your pussy"?
No, of course, no.
Good, Sam. Good.
Even the Valentine's.
Would she laugh?
Yes, even the Valentine's Day card I wrote. Which
You wrote a Valentine's Day card?
Well, I had the
Gay!
kids.
I like that it's gay that he has a wife. And he wrote a Valentine's Day card.
It just goes to show you that term means more than what it used to
No,
mean.
it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Well, we all laughed.
That's all that matters.
But it's still wrong. Even though I thought it was funny. It's wrong.
Funny, anyway, funny and wrong.
I agree.
Funny and wrong. Do not do it again, and if you do, I'll laugh, but it's still wrong. Funny and wrong.
Funny and wrong.
Exactly.
So anyway, I wrote the card. By the way, I did miswrite because she started coming, and then I closed
it. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. A slow motion for me. Shake the laughing diver. Shake the laughing diver.
Are you Mr. Chico?
She started coming, and I started riding. I can't spell.
Anyway,
I stopped writing.
That's good.
I wrote something to the effect of the family would be a lot more happy if it wasn't for you or something. But
what?
They'd be a lot more happy.
The family would be a lot happier if you were dead. Your friend, Tom Vlad.
We wouldn't be as happy.
Shake that laughing time.
Anyway,
I do not want you to die.
You told your wife the family would be a
found
lot
out
better off
everything.
without her?
But I wrote it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I wrote was instead of wasn't. Anyway, I fucked it up because I
Drink that crappy tappy.
I got her flowers. I forgot my point, but
do you whisper?
So you're not very sexy.
Even when she reads something that I write that's trying to be sentimental, she she laughs at it because she knows it's just not me. You know, I'm not wired that way.
That's
I'm
unfortunate. Even when he tries.
Because it's been too long now. So if I try, it comes out
She always
fake.
ask you to be more sentimental and like
Yes,
flirt with her?
but I
and-
can't do it. It's like a robot trying to learn
Well,
love.
you can't with
It's like you can't. It like hugs you. It's pretending. It's like all right.
no concept of love.
What you need to do is start like tiny little increments. You don't need to
Tiny
go like
Laffy
all
Taffy.
super at once. Just like little things here and there.
Tiny
like,
taffy.
Hey, babe, hey, your tits look nice tonight.
No, that's not.
Yes.
My wife hates
Yes.
that.
Oh, really?
I tell
Just
my
little-
wife.
No, but
I
I
go,
think Crystal would like
Hey,
it.
baby,
I
I
go,
love your lips.
I tell my
Baby,
wife,
your
I
titties
go,
look so good.
I go, oh, I love your tits, and she's like, sometimes I just feel like a piece of meat.
Oh, what? She doesn't say it. Does she really?
Yeah, she
And I'm like,
that's
should I
awful.
love it?
Just like when she's like getting her hair
anybody
done
want-
in the mirror, just walk up behind her and grab her and be like, "Baby, your tits look so good right now." Just
Yeah,
like,
I
just
like
something little like that, and then you add on.
But the problem is when I do
That's
that,
very aggressive for being little.
Yeah.
is it?
I grab.
Oh, I didn't say grab. I didn't say.
Everyone. You're like,
I'm like, I'll hold you down.
Stop fighting me! Stop fighting me! Oh, you're about to fall through the glass there. God, look what you made me do! Look what you made me do! Now I have to kill you! Shut the Laffy Taffy!
Jesus, that escalated.
Real
way,
question:
way.
does anybody really want Laffy Taffy being shook in their face?
Oh,
I'm not anti it.
I
Well,
want my head.
I mean, I
pushed.
wouldn't
By
Yeah,
saying,
I
by saying they want to
like-
shake your Laffy
Yeah,
Taffy,
I'm okay with that.
You're okay.
Put the taffy right
Now,
in. Yeah.
I'm with Samantha. I
Dude, like
don't
clapping,
really want that.
That's clapping tapping.
'Cause-
Clapping tapping.
Clapping tapping's different.
Because
But I Laffy at Laffy Taffy.
I've experienced very few all nude strip clubs, and the one that I remember the most was down in Key West at at one of buddy's
Butthole in your face, then you.
Yeah,
party. or
Laffy
whatever.
Taffy.
You
and-
get a butthole if you get Laffy
That
Taffy.
was a piece of that was a bubble gum.
that mole holy.
And there was a girl that got on stage, and she was she would look great, but she was bigger. And she-
wonky
it was
leg.
more of a novelty kind of thing. She had a
Shake
great
that hippo dimpo.
person,
Shake that hippo dimpo.
personality.
I didn't
She
say
had a
it.
great
I'm
personality.
just saying, she was fun. Everybody's like, yeah, like everybody loved her. And then she got
She
on.
have a funny set.
and we're tipping. And then my buddy.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here. How many people have flown lately? How many people have flown lately?
But it was full nude.
What's the deal with these poles?
And then I remember she got on stage in front of my buddy Porno Joe, and everybody was like, we're going crazy. Well, all our friends, Miami
yeah.
friends, are going crazy. And then she locked her legs behind his neck, right? Like
Yes.
and like she was fully nude, right? And then she started, and then
Sarlacc pit.
he put his hands on the stage
Yeah.
to brace himself to try to hold his neck back.
That's called the at.
But she had so
You gotta lock
muscular,
in. You
her
gotta lock
legs were so muscular, he
couldn't
stood
fight
no
it.
chance. So she was pulling his face towards her vagina,
Her Laffy Taffy.
which was open. And then he was like, he was fighting it with all his might, and it got closer and closer, and we're all cheering, and he was like, ah! And then as soon as his nose touched, he gave up his muscle, like
No.
he gave up, and it was like, straight in.
Say that
Right to hair pie.
And the whole everybody went crazy, and it was. But anyway, I just you're right. It would have been
like
some
that.
underwear is fine.
No,
Yeah.
I like the taffy.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
You know what I
It's
don't-
fine.
But it's not
Underwear
only
is
shaking
fine.
it on that, like you don't think it graphic, but like if you have a hard
G-string.
on and she's like shaking it on your like
Whoa.
like moving it up and down, so you're not inserted in here. It's just going up and down.
That's a porno. That's a shit. The
He
bearhead porno.
He lives porno life.
No,
That's
what do you mean? I'm just
like the actual when the male stripper's banging each girl in a line.
No, he's not talking about that.
no, I'm talking about when you're
alone.
with a woman
Okay.
alone with a girl and she's
Yeah.
just like shaking it on your shaft and it's like going up and
Yeah,
down.
do you ever do shaft play?
I've seen it in pornos.
I do it. I do it.
What?
I asked for it.
I didn't think
Yeah, I'm
anybody
like-
did that. I thought that was
so
only in
it's
the
See, where
movies.
Frog started this way, and
Yeah.
now you're learning
Like-
about the taffy shake.
I feel like
Yeah.
that stopped a few years ago for me.
The thing.
Oh, really?
Travis is with me. He's always with me. He's my wingman. He knows.
always
He don't get the goddamn.
But he got it at one point.
He don't get
It's
the
old Goose and Maverick at it
The
again.
taffy shafty. It's the
yeah.
taffy shafty.
Yeah.
Take the shafted taffy. Take that shafted
You're
taffy.
squidding the canoe. We don't get
Everything's
that.
back to squids.
That's
It's either birds or squids.
Magoo. Everybody knows the shaft up in the canoe.
But he's at least got it before.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You need some shafted taffy.
Well, I am a year older.
Squid the canoe.
Maybe that's something you need to start off talking.
You don't
sweet
squid the
terms.
canoe?
No, it's
I like a good canoe squid, and then I like mouth on the canoe. Then I like to lay my canoe in the bushes and tap.
What are you doing with the canoe? Too much.
Then I go.
Too much canoe?
Then I put the canoe in the garage a few times. I pull it out, put it back in the,
No.
smoke the cigar.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And then the canoe leaks all over the mountains.
Seth, what is it? What's like the 20-year-old girls and do this the same thing? Is it what Daniel described?
You said you were gonna. You said for tonight it's a.
Did they do the frog?
Tonight it's a whole new world.
They do
right?
the frog.
They do the
Seth,
frog.
I'm just
back
gonna-
me up on the frog. They
Do the frog and
Oh
doggy.
yeah, no, that's
a tuna
true, but-
frog and
Yeah.
doggy.
But to help, I usually do because I do curls a little.
So
I
he's getting a workout.
I get under the hamstring.
Yeah, let me
and
lift
I-
you. You're
and
75 pounds,
I
babe.
pop her up a little
Do
bit.
you ever
Yeah.
do that move? I've
You know what?
only
You're a
seen
good
it, but
man,
yes.
Seth.
Thank you.
I've only seen in pornos, but usually a bigger muscular guy is holding the girl standing.
I do that.
And he's
Yeah.
holding her. You've done that?
I've done that a couple times.
Against
but
the
it's
wall?
not-
I do
no,
that.
just-
Except
It's
my
overrated.
freestanding.
I do that, except my wife's completely on the ground and I can still get in.
Usually that's a transition state.
Andrea sits on, sits, spread eagle, and I'm still sitting. I'm like, I'm lifting you. She's like, my feet are on the ground.
Usually that's a transition state though. So like I don't know, maybe like she's riding you on the bed and your feet are off the bed, and then you stand up, pick her up, maybe for like a minute, and then turn around and lay her on the bed. So it's like a transition point
Oh, yes.
to turn.
When I transition, it's a full
He's
break.
trying to grow your beard
When you
out.
transition, you come in here, you're like, I'm on the hormones now. My breasts are going to start
out.
growing. They're tender, and you will now refer to me as Tamina.
What I usually whisper is dig your nails into my back a little hard. That's my
Oh.
I like the nails like
Do you ever
hard,
whisper?
like,
No, talk, whisper.
I
nothing.
did something this week that's I'm sorry. Gonna make you uncomfortable.
What?
this will all be over soon.
I decided that my wife, let's just say she's doing what nature does for ladies.
Okay.
And I was still horny, so I decided to masturbate in front of her.
No,
That's
come
sexy.
on. Don't
I
do
do
that
a lot. All the time.
No,
I do that.
nobody wants to
love
see that.
I like
Oh,
that
love
Seth
that.
thinks that him jacking off is sexy.
No, her doing it at the same time. I think that's
Was she?
so sexy.
No, because
No, it was just
obviously
him.
she couldn't. But
oh.
I mean, she could have. I mean, but it's not her thing.
Okay.
But she helped me by showing me things and guiding me and helping a little bit, and then I.
I say my wife caught me cranking in the shower one time. She's like, I'll leave.
My wife caught me. Like, she walked out like a roommate. Like you walked in on your bro.
I think I told
She's
this-
like,
I yelled at her. I was like,
"Don't you lock? Did you lock the door? Sock at the door."
I think I told this story before.
I hide it. I'm like, no one's in here.
I think I told the story before. My ex caught me doing it, and she was filming me laughing. I heard her like bent down in the behind the door going, and I'm fucking furiously jacking it, and I hear her. I look. No, she's in the door. So it was a downstairs in Baldwin, we're 3 levels.
Oh.
So I was in the downstairs in my office, just fucking cranking it, and then I hear. I look, and all I see is her all the way ducked down with the camera, like filming me, like doing it.
With
Like,
your
I run, and I freaking. She runs up the 3rd floor, and I like, get me in the bath. She's locked in the bathroom. She's like, I'm saving. Like, you fucking delete that right now.
Oh, that is Pistorius.
Oh my god! Next thing you know, you got blade feet. It's like I killed her and I run faster. I win.
Let's finish off a couple voicemail and then we'll get
I
out
thought
of
you were
here.
talking about something else.
It's Valentine's Day. You got it. What are your plans? You're taking to
Just going to. She has to work until late.
Going to
tonight,
Chili's?
So we're gonna go. I'm not telling where I'm going. 'Cause I don't know.
Are you?
She doesn't listen.
Are you obligated
No,
to?
we're just going, no, she knows. We're just going to a steakhouse. I don't remember.
Speaking of sex talk, are you
second.
are you obligated as a couple to do
No.
it tonight?
No.
No. It's like,
I'm popping 2 Viagra just in case.
Oh my god! Before the steakhouse?
You need Viagra?
No, I just.
Sir, let
I
me
do
put
it
your
sometimes
napkin
just
down.
'cause it's
Oh my!
fun.
Stop.
Okay.
well, he's got to keep up with a younger woman.
Yeah.
No, I
You
don't have
know
to keep
what
up
I'm
with anything. I mean, I have a high sex drive. She keeps up with. Well, we're about equal.
Well, I mean, your 2 Viagra tells you
Nobody
different.
Does nothing for drive.
Nobody can keep up with me.
I'm going to Charlie's tonight. That's where it was. I knew it
Oh,
was
that's a great
Charlie's
steakhouse.
Yeah.
Like I have a problem. Nobody can keep up with me. Like even if I think even if I dated one of those like
ultra sexual.
vapid ultra sexual, like porn star teens couldn't do it enough for me.
Really?
I don't think so. I have a problem.
Yeah. That's a like a sex addiction or something. You can tell your therapist
You need
about
some
that.
help.
You can't stop yourself.
I'm gonna hide it until it becomes a problem.
Do you masturbate a lot through this? Or
Oh yeah, like 7 times a day.
That's
a lot here.
He says it, and I know there's an exaggeration, but it's not that much.
That's
So,
no, it's like probably like 5.
When I say 7, I really mean 6.
You 100% have done it here. I know it.
No.
Bullshit.
No,
You're just
masturbated
saying-
here?
Yeah, I
No.
know. Yeah, I guarantee you.
No, ma'am.
Well, there's
No,
cameras in every room, so you know.
That's true.
Right there.
So,
in that office?
Yeah, everywhere. No,
the
you can't.
office is the only one non-camera room.
Exactly.
That's where the jizz is.
No, there's no jizz in
but
here.
I can log in. I can
But
hear.
this
like,
guy-
like, hold on. either hamsters
What is he
taking it there or something.
No, believe me, if you heard it, it'd sound like go. That's what it sounds
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's check this out.
No, okay.
Hey, Tom and Dan, it's Zach from Ohio. You guys cream pieing your wives right now? Travis? Sam, you getting cream pied? Anybody cream pieing at all?
Oh, come on.
I mean, not at this exact moment.
I mean, if I got a condom on.
That's not a cream pie.
It's not a cream pie.
That's called a doggy bag.
I'll take it to go, please.
No. Oh.
And dessert for the way home. Actually, can I get a coffee to go?
What's I'm surprised there's not any sort of like new revolutionary like
better way to
birth
cream
control. No, yeah, like that's out. I know that there's.
They need to make a pill for men.
They have it. They have guy
Take
birth
it.
control now.
Well, they got the depot shot, and
That's
then,
all for women.
And
There's
well,
a guy.
No,
birth
I
control
want
now.
the shot. I want the shot so nothing comes out. It'd just be easier.
The
No,
poop.
that's what?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
easier.
That's so
Because
You
even
get the
after I
feeling-
cream pie, I go to the bathroom, I clean up, wipe down with a washcloth, get into bed, pull my covers up. I'm sleeping nude, and it's still like a little bit coming out. I'm like, God damn it!
Tube of toothpaste.
And I'd rather it just nothing come out.
That's not young people don't get that. It's like as you
No,
age,
I think everybody gets
it stays and it's
I
like,
have always like come, clean up, and then always a little more cum.
It's like an old super soaker. You can pump it up. The initial.
It's losing gas. Keep shooting.
It's got leaks, so it's not as powerful.
No,
and
I
there's
think all of them. I don't think it like when you ejaculate. I don't think it's like, shoo, and then like nothing else comes out. I think there's always going to be a little
something in chamber,
like a little runoff.
But hey, there should be some easier way. Like when I got my vasectomy, I didn't know, like I wasn't educated on it before. I thought nothing was ever going to come out again. Like I thought it stopped it from coming out.
Poor dum dum.
But why not make it like that? Like I would
want
prefer
that.
it.
I want that.
But apparently it doesn't work.
I don't think girls would like that. Well, I don't know about your girls, but I know some girls really like that.
I don't think my wife has ever been like, "Oh my god, you did not put enough cum inside of me."
Yeah. Once they're over it, if it's not new and fresh. It's like you know anything.
Also, there's a lot of girls that play into that for the guy. It's not necessarily that they fucking love it. They know that you guys like it.
That's true.
Well, that's nice of them.
One more voicemail because we're so mean to him. Here we go.
So I've said it before. Please hire Seth. He's fucking hilarious, and he adds a lot to your show. It's one of the main reasons that I tune in for the Friday Free Show. Thanks.
Shut up, asshole.
We sound really excited about it.
Shut up,
I like that.
So he's in here all the time. We're going to hire him for what? Like to come by, like he's sitting on the couch, like he's our receptionist. He's going to agree.
That's a new character you're doing called Business Little John, where you go, hire him for what? Like you don't have to do it. No need.
He's on the show all the time.
Something humiliating, like cleaning your office, or like vacuum, cleaning up Dan's cum stains in the office. That he
There's
said
no
he-
cum stains.
I love he gets real defensive about it.
Because there's cum stains.
Do you have weekly like business meetings at the Jungle
Oh, yeah,
where you
yeah.
go in there? What do you guys?
All
What
right,
is it?
guys,
I
let's
always-
get down to brass tacks.
No, of course we have.
Who hasn't been spraying the bats?
No, I'm a huge neat fixer. I'm actually
That's
the one
true.
that
He's a
does.
hypochondriac.
I do get on people about, look, the aerodynes were not wiped down last week. Who is in charge of wiping the aerodowns last week? Why is there rust on the water fountain? I need that rust scraped off.
Oh, you got rusty water
Don't
fountain?
talk about it.
there's
My
like,
God.
after
Was
you-
it concentration camp?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was
I
this
like-
before or after you walk out with your dick tucked behind your...
Look, guys, before we start this meeting, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm on 2 Viagra because it's Valentine's Day. So wipe that rust. I'll get a boner.
Back when I used to work out the jungle, I'm at the rusty water fountain drinking. I'm about to vomit. I'm like breathing heavy. I turn on Rust, completely nude with his dick tucked behind his shaved pubes, and he's doing the goddamn fucking, what is it? I would call it Professor Buffalo. What's the Buffalo
That's
man?
the name of the show.
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Professor Buffalo.
Professor
You're thinking of Colonel Mustard and Professor Plumber.
He's doing the Buffalo Bill. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's the owner of the company.
First of all, I don't remember doing that.
Would you fuck
I know
me?
you don't.
I'd fuck me.
Professor Buffalo.
And I don't do that when people are there.
I imagine you don't. But it happened to me, a customer.
The movie would be so
Oh,
weird
you
if
were-
they're chasing Professor Buffalo the whole
You're a
movie.
sponsor.
That's it.
Yeah, I wasn't paying anything.
That's the end of the show. We're done.
All right.
That's
all
the
right.
funniest thing I've ever heard.
Well, speaking of the jungle,
Oh, my God.
If you want to work out
Oh, we're
there,
done? jungleorlando.com. Again, we spoke earlier to Felicia. She's the kids coach, the Little Gorillas. And we do that from 5 to 6 every single day of the week. And at the same time, we do a jungle fit class in the back. So the parents, you guys can drop your kids off, go get a little workout for your NARP selves, and then pick your kids back up. And then you go home and make yourself an unhealthy dinner to ruin everything you just did.
Hey, those people keep you in business.
Yeah. No, I'm just
if
joking.
everybody was
No,
healthy,
no.
you wouldn't have a.
I need you playing at shitness people.
No. They're actually really good. They're working on themselves.
Oh, yeah, that was heartfelt. No, they're actually really.
I didn't know what to say. I was trying to think of something to redeem myself, but I couldn't.
God, something come to my brain.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking.
Please
and then
give me a compliment.
go to jungleorlando.com for that, and then follow me on it. Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I'm plugging myself. now. Follow me on Instagram because I need more. I need to catch up to Felicia. So at
Oh, she
Silverback.
surpassed you?
She doubled me right after the
Yeah.
right after the fight. She doubled me.
You'll
so
never
I am
catch
aware
up,
of something.
bud.
No, I'm gonna. I have plans to do something else, something very creative that'll get me some followers. I'm gonna do some sort of YouTube channel.
Yes. Yeah, that ship didn't sail.
Just now.
I'm gonna start this YouTube.
There's this new thing now. I don't know if you guys heard of it.
I'm gonna get on my own YouTube
I'm
channel.
on Twitter now, guys. Hey, guys.
Hey, you guys.
So follow me out. So.
Subscribe below.
If you want to see more good videos, I'm gonna put 1,000 Orbeez in my pool. Yeah, all right.
I was actually thinking about doing something serious, doing karate kata.
Oh, that'll
Yeah.
Serious YouTube is that'll get you
I'm
followers.
very serious about my karate. I better log in and get some tips from YouTube. Oh wait, hey, it's Silverback Seth. Karate. Hey guys, what's up? I put 1,000 Orbeez in my pool.
Wait, what? 1,000 what?
Orbeez.
Oh.
That's what all YouTubers do. Hey, I'm gonna do an underwater challenge. You know, so everything's a challenge.
Watch me put this hot melted ball in the Orbeez.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna pour this molten aluminum down an anthill. Look what it makes. Hey, art. You fucking idiots. No, YouTube sucks.
All right, I won't do it then.
Samantha, semantics.
What about it? You're not coming to my event.
3-year anniversary,
Son of a
February
bitch.
29th.
Wait a
I'll
minute.
never forgive you.
Is that the
hold on.
Sunday?
What if I?
Saturday.
I got it. I
see,
got it.
The following day, I'm going to be the guest host with Sabrina Ambra from the News Junkie for the Winter Park St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Cool.
On Saturday.
What is it?
No idea. I just got asked.
St. Patty's Day
Yeah,
parade.
I'm going to be a commentator.
Are you coming to my event?
Oh, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'll be there.
He's the good one.
Hold on. What if I paid someone to show up with me FaceTime on their phone,
Remy?
and then I
How much you paying, bro?
Don't you?
I don't think she'd ever forgive you, actually.
Okay, what if I pay Butler to show up.
Butler is
I think
acceptable.
Butler was going to go anyway, so that doesn't
Yeah, 'cause-
count.
No,
It has
no,
to be
no, no,
somebody
no.
that wasn't
Well, he's
planning on
holding
going.
Because he's a good friend.
He's holding me, and I'm FaceTiming, and I'm seeing everybody like, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh, like
It's
the
virtual.
grandfather on Modern Family. Whatever that guy's name
They
is.
did that. That's a South Park episode. They taped the FaceTime to a freaking costume.
It's the same thing. I'm seeing everybody. I'm like, "Hey, I'm not doing small talk. I'm doing
But
exactly
you
the
won't.
same
You won't do
thing."
that. Your wife will be like, "Get off your phone, you idiot!
No. I'll be going.
You got to make it some more."
I'll be in the RV bathroom. I'll do my debut.
Oh, what? You're on the toilet at Fort Wilderness?
No, I'm just hiding so I don't get yelled at.
You should make a gracious donation.
You can't leave for 2 hours and then come back.
to Orlando Girls Rock Camp on Semantic's behalf.
You can leave for 2 hours.
We're having
you're
a
not even
silent
going to want to
auction.
be around the wizard for that long.
I gotta go from Fort Wilderness. It's too
not
far.
that far.
So far.
Rock Pit is in South Orlando. It's 20 minutes
Plus,
away
it's
from
nighttime.
Disney.
I gotta Uber because I'll
It's
be
2
wasted.
p.m. It's 2 p.m. It's not nighttime.
Yeah, but I'll start early on Saturday.
Is he still bringing his free range dogs that just do whatever?
Oh,
Or-
yeah, horrible.
yeah.
I hate hanging out with them.
Yeah,
I don't
you'll
even wanna
want to
go.
get out of there.
Yeah. But it's more I'm afraid of my wife because she put it on the thing and that's the whole thing. Anyway.
What
so-
if you delete it?
But well, she knows it's been on there.
No. You just delete it.
That doesn't work.
But I feel like you opted into the event before she put it on the calendar.
No, it was
No,
in the
yeah,
calendar.
yeah,
well,
He
the
just
whole
didn't
time.
check.
Just grab your wife by the tits and say you have sweet tits, honey.
There you go.
That'll make everything
Happy
better.
Valentine's
Shit.
Day.
Well, he's just going to grab them.
Grab them.
I'm gonna write that.
Shake your Laffy Taffy.
Grab
Sugar Laffy Taffy. Sugar Laffy Taffy.
Grab those sweet tits.
All right.
That's the Valentine's Day relationship tip of the day.
Grab those sweet tits.
So again, February 29th.
Boys or girls?
Rock Pit.
Rock Pit Brewing at 2 p.m.
Rock tit.
We are going to have some shirts for sale. We're going to have co-branded pint glasses for sale with Semantics and Rock Pit. And also, we're going to have a silent auction with a ton of cool shit. And all the proceeds go to Orlando Girls Rock Camp.
There you go.
Travis, what do we got going on in the watering holes? But actually, before we even plug that, I want to talk about Hard Rock Live. We have
Stealing my first night, bro.
Sal
Volcano.
Volcano.
Volcano from Tenderloins from Impractical Jokers. I mean, he's one of the funnier members.
Yeah, Sal
Volcano.
Volcano from Impractical Jokers. So if you're a fan, the pre-sale code is up right now at hardrocklive.com. So use the pre-sale code comedy and you can get pre-sale for that and get the better seats. And all
Norm,
that.
you want tickets? Well, I'll give you tickets right now.
Yep. So that's from the Impractical Jokers at Hard Rock Live, and we'll be talking more about that next week. What do we got going on in the watering holes?
Well, tonight at Hard Rock Live also, we have Marc Maron. So if you don't have anything going
I'll
on for
be there.
Valentine's Day, doors open at 7 o'clock.
Yep,
Show starts
I'll
at 7.
be there with
Me too.
Sam
Tickets-
and a bunch of listeners. Peter from Scotch and Good Conversation will be there. A bunch of people are coming out to that.
Then tomorrow we have our BDM CBE meetup. It's actually at Dirty Ore Brewery. So if you
Cool.
go out there,
where's
support
that?
them it's out in Brevard. So
Yeah, it's Brevard.
Brevard County, definitely go out there and hit up them. Every beer you buy at the bar, you'll be entered for a raffle to get a Crowler fill up at Dirty Ore. And there'll also be some CBE prizes and swag. They'll have that out there. I don't know, maybe possibly even some of their badass glasses. I don't know if any of y'all got any of these little snifter glasses they had. They're fantastic.
Really
We might
cool.
still have a chance to get one of those. I'm not 100%
Really
sure. And then lastly, get liberated on libations. There we go. We have Sanford Indie Market. I fucked up that one last time.
Oh,
They have
nice.
their Sunday. It's going on. I pitched it last week, but this Sunday it's their indie market. So go there.
I've been to
That's
that.
all
It's
day.
really
they
good.
have handcrafted arts.
You been to that?
And shit like that.
No, your girl would like that.
There's gonna be food
Oh, the art
trucks.
thing?
Yeah, well, no, but
Right
it's
outside
like
Tuffy's.
it's just like for walking around,
Yeah.
being outside, being active, get a bite to eat.
It's gonna be an
get a
amazing
drink,
weekend
yeah.
too. It's gonna be nice and cool. So,
Yeah, the weather's
it's a
gonna
nice
be
outside
sick.
indie market. Definitely check that out. That's gonna be right in front of Tuffy's, and that starts early on Sunday.
Cool. Well, to the BDMs and non-BDMs and everybody listening to this, happy Valentine's Day
Yes,
To
sir.
everyone.
to everybody.
BDMs, non-BDMs,
have a
everyone
good-
listening.
Have a good weekend. Have it's a holiday weekend,
safe.
so don't hurt
Yeah,
yourself.
that's true.
Yeah. New boat.
Yep.
New boat, who
But
dis?
but now I'm gonna hold you to this. We'll leave with this.
Uh-huh.
I have been told that you, much like what I would do, are taking the first weekend with said boat to acclimate, clean, and organized. Is that true?
Okay, so
it's already changing.
I've put I got a mobile mechanic to service the engine. It's literally at the trailer store, the trailer connection.
I love
it. Getting the whole trailer fixed, all the rusty parts fixed.
Get it all greased and ready to go.
And this weekend, because I thought about taking it out originally, I was like, I'm gonna hit up Disappearing Island. Like I can't wait. The only
typical Tom Van style.
Both my kids are sick. Max has got fucking walking pneumonia.
No, you got to put them in the boat and force them to party.
Tommy's strep throat is back as a 104 temperature last night.
104.1.
Yes, sir. He's at the doctor this morning.
Was that costume, the cop costume made in China?
It was.
Son of a bitch. No kidding.
He got it.
You got the Dos Equis virus.
Anyway, and I forgot that it was
Pacifica.
a holiday weekend, and so the fucking boat ramps are gonna be crazy. Not the best time for me to bring out a first time boat that I've never driven and
I'm proud of you.
Can you
it's
believe
a
that? Can you
I'm
believe
proud of him.
that?
Oh, I want to so bad though.
I know.
Everything.
This is against everything you believe in.
Actually, if my kids were healthy, I'd take it out. That's really the only thing stopping me. It's under the veil of being responsible, but it ain't that. I'm like,
Sam,
I can do
Sam
it.
knew. Sam was like, if your kids, it's almost as if the gods made your kids mildly sick just to pull back a little bit.
The gods don't like the show then, because they would have been really entertaining if I'd taken it out. I'm terrified of being the guy at the boat ramp that everybody else is looking at and whoa, like yelling.
You'll be there. You'll be there. Yeah.
Because that happens
coming.
to all the newbies.
It's coming.
With anything that they get into, you always make a mistake, and it's always in front of a bunch of people that have experience, and they're always yelling, whoa, as you crush slowly.
Well, you already did that. When you were driving out. Remember? It was like, whoa, and you almost dumped them.
Yeah. So I get very embarrassed when a bunch of people who know what they're doing start yelling, whoa.
So here's my bet. Here's my bet of the week to go along with Air-Fryday. Tell me about your Greek turkey burgers. And beyond that, will he be able to stay at home and not get stir crazy or quote boat crazy?
You're just gonna wash the rust off, right?
I mean,
I was gonna take the weekend.
What if they feel better it's Friday. What if they
That's
feel
what
better?
I'm thinking. I think tomorrow midday they feel better, and he's like, Sunday it's on, motherfucker.
I get back around 3 Sunday. I'll go out with you. I want to go.
Oh, you want to go? There's plenty of room.
He just wants to see your wife in that bathing suit, the deep V to the P.
Oh yeah, are you gonna bring your girlfriend? Because
Whoa!
I don't mind looking at that.
She's got some Laffy Taffy.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think you should say that.
Oh yeah, I probably.
We're swapping Laffy Taffy. Let me eat that Laffy Taffy.
I may.
At least I'll grab your wife by the tits.
Oh, we looked at his girlfriend's Instagram. Yeah, I did too.
Me too.
Did you enjoy it at least?
Yeah, I
got a nice
did.
ass.
Laffy Taffy.
Fast forward, we're in the middle of the ocean. Boat's broken down.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna eat one of them.
I'll eat your Laffy
Seth
Taffy.
is the strongest, so I feel like he's gonna kill me first.
I will be the dominant male on that ship. 100%. Sorry, buddy.
You'll be weird. It's like
holding the flare gun.
But it's weird because they didn't eat you. It's like, but I pull up. I'm in the Coast Guard boat. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It's because maybe I got
save
worried.
me, yeah.
I got worried. You weren't texting me back. We pull up and you're sucking Seth's dick.
And he took 2 Viagra, so it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
If I go on that boat, it's gonna be hard.
And your girlfriend's like, I'm so tired of sucking his dick. And this whole like, I got it.
He's steering it with Tommy Lee on the boat.
Honking the horn.
All right.
We've done a lot of damage today.
Captain stabbing cabin.
Captain stabbing cabin. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate it. Be safe this weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. And we will see you next week.
See ya.